you were like me,
then you're tired of being told to wake up.
Then you were tired of being told to wake up.
Because you've been awake for some time now.
Because you had been awake for some time.
But now you're probably wondering what the next step is, what to do about it.
You always wondered what the next step was, what to do about it.
That's not a simple question. Where can we get these answers?
Or are answers even the important thing? I'm not saying the answers will be easy, but together we will come to find out that with the right questions, the answers become far more apparent. It's been a long time coming, but welcome to the new and improved Conveying the Obvious.
Oh yeah, baby. Turn that music down, Dorothy. Come on, Dorothy. I know you're in there. Hello, everybody. We back. How many years has it been since CTO? We are back in a big, big way. We are bare bones. I have no background music. We don't really have any Dorothy. We're bare bones again, y'all. Huh? What? No, it's the audio and video are separate files running. I couldn't sync them for some reason. Oh, we're so fucking back. Before we get back, I am going to need some background music. Look at my hat. Look at that. I've been having green screen problems, turning into a ghost. But yeah, I'm very excited about tonight. I've been meaning to do this first episode of Conveying the Obvious live. You are all the audience. I don't have a soundboard here. I mean, I do, but I'm not going to use it. You all are the audience. There are some, like barely any channel points are activated, only 2, and those are the only commands that are activated. So laughing, booing, clapping, alerting, and then the other regular shit. So you all are the audience. If you don't like something that said boo, if you like something clap, you know, that's the way you're going to really be interactive on that end, at least for this first episode going in, because there's so much work that needs to be done. And I need to look at the camera more when I'm actually doing CTO. I need to stop looking at everything else. Exactly. What's this, though? But we got a plethora. We even got new features in here that aren't even in the dojo, even though there are barely any features in here. I didn't want to wear this hat tonight, but I couldn't get my hair to look right. I need to get earbuds. Yeah, exactly. I need to get earbuds for this show. I need to get like an earbud so you all can see my hair in all its glory. So I have to keep it contained all the time. What's the first episode's topic? Yep, we'll get into that shortly. V, I got to introduce this show to some of you that don't know anything about it. We got to go over certain rules. We got to go over the reasons. And and tonight's topics, okay. So we were going to do our first episode of CTO Live last year. I had a few different guests to come in. We had a couple of paranormal investigators, like actual ones from Ohio. They wanted to come in and do the show. And here, I'm slightly off, aren't I? Here. Oh, yeah, we're going to be fixing so much shit in here. Oh, let me turn on chat. Let's see if that works. It's doing something. Hey, it's kind of working. All right, that works. But watch this. Hi. But yeah, we got camera angles now, of which I'm going to give the mods. I'm going to let one or all mods do different camera angles if you want to. You know, we can. Let's see what the chat's saying. Let's camera angles. Yes, Nessie. Do you see that? Wow, let's look back at the chat. Now let's look at me. Now let's look at the chat. Now let's look at the set. Now let's look over here. There's nothing over here. Oh, my hand. My God. It's going to be a wild time. It's going to be like an actual production. Podcast, visual podcast. We're going to have an audio version on SoundCloud or some other fucking places. This is going to be very far and removed from anything you know of with the Gaming Dojo. Of course, it's going to be me and my fucking unique take on things and humor, and I got to fix the ghost filter. But yeah. Yeah, and chat does, for this, since there's visuals and other things, chat will disappear after a little while. But going back to your question, V, tonight's topic, so we don't really have a topic per se tonight. Going forward with later episodes, I do want to have special guests. Like, what is this? I do want to have special guests. I want to have set topics, set themes for each episode. I only want CTO podcast episodes, CTO live. I'm going to have to get used to saying that. Only like an hour and a half, 2 hours. 3 hours max. You know what I mean? If we're really getting hard into a subject, if we're getting a lot of people coming in, a lot of questions, then we'll probably keep going. But we got 3 hours is the cutoff point at most. 2 hours is the sweet spot, in my opinion. So, and it's funny, you notice I have a mic here and a mic there. That makes sense. But again, to answer your question tonight, no topic. It's you all are my special guests. You all out there, my lovely, lovely, get over here, my lovely, lovely audience. You are the guest, special guest this evening. If you have something you want to say and you don't want to type it, jump in the Discord. I can put your reactive image over here. Like, watch this. See if this works. V! There she is. Hello, V.
Hello.
Hi. And then we'll just take her off. No, you're off. Wait, can you even hear me in Discord? No, you can't. Should I have myself muted in Discord, or how do you want that to run? Okay, cool. So if your image isn't, for now, when someone's guest image is not showing up, their audio is cut off. Not to me in Discord, but to the viewers. So if you don't see your face and you want to say something, we'll have to bring you in. No. But now they can. Go ahead and try. Can you all hear V?
I'm a rabbit.
She's a rabbit. Oh, let me put a gain on there real quick. Always need a gain on all this shit. All right, say something again.
Something again.
Can you yell into the mic?
Hello, world.
That was
Welcome
a yell?
to CPO Live.
That's my normal.
Oh, well.
Your yelling is my normal. Wait a minute. Okay, no, we're good. Sounds good. Okay. We'll just keep... Oh, yep, we'll turn you off for now, V, because there's supposed to be 3 monitors. There's supposed to be a monitor above me, which is chat. Then we have the guest monitor. Then we have, like, the information monitor. We'll deal with that later. But for now, we'll get back to V in a second. Bye-bye, V. Get out of here. That's fun. I want to do that in the dojo. Just pop y'all in and out. You can hear her. Wonderful. Yeah, I like this set. We've had this set for many years. We have not had an episode of CTO for years. Hold on. Can I turn off one light? No. What's that? Like, ugh, I'm going into the light. What the fuck is going on? Let's see. What about this light? What if I turn this light off? Because the lighting seems different in here. I don't... Is it because my hat's purple, but it looks blue, but it's acting like it's green? Okay, I need to probably move on. That's not important. That's not the most... There we go. I think that lighting is a little better. What do you think? But the fuck me. I'm such a fucking perfectionist. Good enough. Okay. Good. Yes. I have to have a list now because I haven't done a new show here in the dojo. Yes, we're still in the dojo, by the way. Ronin Yeti made me a nice little compartment here that I could talk about my conspiracies and magic things and stuff. So we got our own little corner. He will not be bothering us. Dorothy will only bother us when we get interactions with the dojo, like follows and stuff. You all can still... So you know what a CTO is also good for if you don't care about what we're talking about, but you care about the channel points? You can send in with CTO, and you'll barely use channel points because nothing's activated, and you'll just accumulate those channel points. So CTO has 2 purposes. 1, to get answers, to get solutions to answers that we have not enacted upon. There's a tagline for you. And also to rack up those channel points. Because next time you come in here, tomorrow or Thursday, you'll have more points. You'll be like, wow, I have a lot of points. But yes, again, going to be a little weird tonight. You know, I'm going to have to bear with me. But those are the commands you can use. All the basic of the basics ones. The basics. Okay. Told you all about that. Right. Reasons for the show. Let's go over that real quick. CTO, Conveying the Obvious. Slightly pretentious title, perhaps, but when you get to a certain part in life, you start realizing that all this shit you've been questioning your whole life, the answers were obvious. They were in front of you the whole time. They were so far under your nose you couldn't see them. They were so close to your face. The fucking expression. They're so up your nose, up your ass, or whatever. It's become a part of you, right? The answers to all these questions that we have. Maybe not the meaning to life, of which I can tell you right now, but maybe we'll save that for another episode. Because yes, I do know what the meaning of life is. It's not very hard. It's very obvious, and I will convey how obvious it is in a later episode, or later today, or whatever the fuck. But most crazy questions people come up with, whether it's conspiracy, supernatural, aliens, all that, the answers are fairly obvious. But here's the thing. As Super Ego Yeti said in the intro, I personally am not interested in answers. Answers are a tool. Answers are a bridge. A bridge to what? You got the questions. I thought the bridge was questions the answers. Yes, maybe. I'm spitballing here, by the way. I'm going into a segment here that I got on the list. The answers are there for you to enact upon. People should not just be okay with the answers and then they're done. Yes? You ask a question because you're curious about something. You need an answer. You get your answer, but what do you do with the answer? You got to do something with the answer or it doesn't matter. You shouldn't have even asked the fucking question. Spoiler, yes. Spoiler alert. But so what do I care about? And what do I think most of us should care about that give a shit about questioning things and finding new solutions? And that, there you go, there's the word, solution. And answers are a bridge from questions to solutions. Yes? Maybe that's like an engineering way of thinking of things, or an autistic way, or an artistic way, or whatever. But I feel like solutions, and then of course enacting on those solutions, are more important than answers. Because you get an answer, right? Let's say you get an answer you don't like, but it's the truth. You're just going to sit on that answer and you're just going to fucking mire in it. An ad? Sorry, Drew. Give me some money. Yeah, you're going to just mire in the answer, and if it's not an answer you like, an answer you didn't want to hear, an answer you didn't expect, you're just going to mire in it. You're going to boil in that answer. You're just going to fucking decay away from it. No, you have to enact upon it. Have to enact. So that's the reason for CTO. It was to convey the obvious answers to questions most of us have, but to also develop solutions together to change ourselves and our reality. May sound corny, but that's how people have been doing it for thousands of fucking years. You think you're going to get anything done sitting on your ass? Huh? In front of that computer? I would know. No, you ain't going to get shit done sitting in front of a computer. Unless you got like a job Nessie's got. Or Drew. Drew makes more money than I do sitting in front of a computer. But when it talks about like the changing, I want to change the world, we've all grown up. I want to change the world. We've all been indoctrinated that we want to change the world. And granted, the world does need changing in many ways. But just getting the answers, being like, oh, I know everything. I got all the answers. Well, cool. What you going to do about it? Nothing. I got all the answers. I know everything. I don't have to question nothing anymore. And I could just sit on the answers because I'm God. That's not how it works. Yeah. If you are strong enough to ask the questions, if you are strong enough to understand the answers, then you are more than capable and strong enough to find the solutions and enact upon them. Backsies, thank you, Drew. Thank you, Drew. Very different show than you're probably used to, Drew. This is basically our conspiracy theory channel point redemption, but for like 2 or 3 hours. But I don't want to offend anyone. I'm not trying to berate any of you. If I call out anyone for something, I've usually either done it or am still doing it too. And you're like, well, that's hypocritical. You can't call out someone for something you're doing. Yeah, you can. Because you know more about it than other people. So why wouldn't you call out for someone? Especially if you know, like, let's say you're a heroin addict. You can call out other heroin addicts. It's fine. Because you're a fucking heroin addict. Yeah, it's a little hypocritical. Well, why you calling me out? You're not doing anything about your life. Well, the first step to change is acceptance. Well, there's steps to that. But that's the first big leap. You must accept. And then you can change. So at that point, if you're a heroin addict calling out other heroin addicts, I assume you're trying to change. So it's fine. If you got experience with things, call people out for those fucking things, especially if you've had prior experience. It's fuck if it's hypocritical. I don't care. Oh well. Oh well. What's going on, Glitchy? Hello. Welcome. We're doing a very different show tonight. Tonight we're doing our very first Conveying the Obvious live episode. You all, the viewers, are the special guests tonight, so we're going to be talking about topics you all want to talk about, willy-nilly. Since it's our first episode live, I'm just trying to get on the rundown of why we're doing this show, some of the rules, and just, it's a very different show, Glitch. So if you don't like any of this shit, you might like our other Gaming Dojo Ronin Yeti stuff, but we're trying something very different today. Haven't done anything CTO related in 2 or 3 years, so glad you could come in. Appreciate it. If you see the pattern and see how it's a bad path, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, absolutely. Like if can you call someone out on something that you're doing if you're not aware that the thing you're doing is bad? I don't think normally someone who's doing something bad to themselves. Ooh, see, that works still. Thank you. There's a little piece of the Gaming Dojo. I don't think Dorothy.
Thank you for joining the Gaming Dojo.
Dorothy is here with us. Bitch, you better let me have this show. It's my show. You and Ronin Yeti get your own goddamn show. You already have your own show. 280. Oh, yeah. Can we get some claps? Again, I don't have the soundboard connected tonight. I don't have a soundboard. So please. Thank you. Oh, man. I'm gonna love these camera angles. What are you saying over there, Nessie? Dorothy be lurking? Yes, she does. Dude, I'm going to have so much fun with these camera angles. Yeah, Viandra is a soundboardist. There's no soundboard in the Discord. Wait, what? What do you mean? Wait. Try that again, V. Try any of the soundboard buttons. Or I don't think you actually... Oh, I know what it is. It's the permissions. So I'm going to have to give you actual like soundboard role to use it in here. So don't worry about tonight. Again, we're bare bones tonight. We're just like any of the other times in the dojo where we're just talking to one. Here, let me mute myself. Where we're just talking to one another. That's kind of what we're doing tonight. We're going to have some fun. It's going to be a little bit more serious than we're used to. But yeah, we'll fix that, V Samalama. Oh, we'll fix it good. What's going on, Alterator? How you doing, bud? Thank you for coming in. God, this is the tightest rolled cigar ever. What is going on here? Alterator, we're doing a very different show tonight. Nothing about video games. I'm not to say video games won't be a topic going forward, but CTO, Conveying the Obvious, is a show about trying to seek answers and solutions to questions. And I'm just going over the reason why we're doing this. And we're about to go over some images and the rules, the Master Mist rules. And here, look behind me here. Hold on. Can you? Hold on. Don't look at that. My fucking hat. I need to just like stare at you all. Hold on. Ha 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 ha. There's some rules. You see those rules? Can you read them? Hold on. Again, bare bones tonight, you all. We only have some functionality. A function analogy. The fuck does that mean? Yeah, I hope you're having a good night, Alterator. Fix me up all real good. Yeah. So tonight, Alterator, usually with CTO, we're going to have actual guests over the internet, real people coming in the studio, stuff like that. Talk about ghost hunting, aliens, all sorts of shit. But tonight, you all are the special guests, so we'll talk about the topics you all want tonight here soon. Once I get past all this intro shit. We won't be going over this intro shit going forward a lot because eventually you all will know and I won't need to say it anymore. But yes. Let me pull you over here. And I'm going to have to do some trickeries. Hold on. I'm doing some trickeries real quick. Let's see. There's the monitors. Okay. Can you all still hear me? Here we go. Let's look at some rules. Okay? Here we go. I'm just going to read these off. Y'all bear with me. It's not to say you have to follow every fucking rule, but this is a guideline, okay? Master Mist, he used to be the host of CTO until our poor furry son passed away years ago. but now Super Ego Yeti has become the host. I rather have Master Mist. No, wait, he was the producer. We need a producer now. So, isn't there a Captain Obvious on YouTube? Someone took my fucking idea, I know that. Someone on YouTube, it's Mr. Obvious, that's his name. And he does videos a lot similar to Conveying the Obvious, topics-wise. But, no, I think we will need a Captain Obvious. Maybe Alterator, that's a good, that's a good idea. You have a question. Okay, hold on. You can read them zoomed in? I'll read them too if you can't. All right, here we go. And none of these, I may have to change these images. These images are old. These are like 2 or 3 years old. I have a question, 2 questions, Nessie. What is your background that caused you to be interested in the subject matter? And the second, can you explain language? Oh my God. Explain language and what you mean by facts versus opinions. Okay. Yo, Nessie, copy and paste that maybe for later. We will definitely talk about that. That's maybe a good segue into topics for tonight. But let's look at Master Myth's Guide to Conveying the Obvious. Again, I have no soundboard. You all are my soundboard tonight. These are the commands you can do. There aren't many. But you can clap, you can laugh, you can boo, you can alert, you can lurk, unlurk, you know, all the basic bullshit. So please, you all be my soundboard tonight. If you can, clap, laugh, boo, make it more interesting. I'm going to have to turn on some fucking music because this silence is killing me. You remember Mr. Obvious? His cadence? I can understand that, Addy. I liked his videos, but yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. He stole my idea, by the way. Anyway, Master Mist's Guide to Conveying the Obvious. You all ready? So there's 2 important things you must learn about CTO. We're on a mission, and our mission involves sources. We will be sourcing every fucking thing we can possibly source. I will never bring up something and go into a subject without sourcing what I'm saying, in the very least. So we know where sources come from. So get this. It's not just the information that's important. It's where it fucking comes from. Where information comes from is probably more important than the information itself. So sourcing, just like your fucking college papers. Source that shit. That's what we're going to do. But we'll move on to that in just a second. Here we go. First, open each show with a monologue, quickly articulating the topic and why it could be a probable or why it could be probably a problem. I don't know what he's saying there. Run intro video music. Okay, we've done some of that. Introduce guests. I've already done that. You all are my guests tonight. Bring up and explain personal opinions. Right. So I would start every episode with a topic. I would tell you my personal opinions about it. And this leads into what Nessie was saying. And then we would talk about the facts. Because I am a person, and I hope others are like this, where you can both have an opinion about something, but also understand that the facts may go against your opinion. But you can be okay with that. Okay? It's possible to do both. It may sound like cognitive dissonance, but no. Using the internet, show off documented and researched articles, interviews, and studies that favor the topic, or don't favor it. Theorize realistic yet idealistic solutions to the now agreed upon topic / problem. Right, so we're not just finding questions. We're not just finding answers to the questions. We're trying to find realistic and idealistic solutions to the problem at hand. A lot of people are like, that's the opposite too. You're going to be both realistic and idealistic? Yes, it's possible. How do you think the fucking internet was invented? It was an ideal. It was an idea, not an ideal, and then with our actions made it into a realistic reality, okay? And then run outro video and or music. So there you go. There's Master Mist's Guide to Conveying the Obvious. That's just that's like a basic premise of how each show would run. Kind of like a Joe Rogan or whatever the fuck. But here we go. Wait, hold on. I'm reading. Well, the last time I checked, he was hacked. Oh, really? Yo, one of our bots just got a fucking orange bell. Good job, bot. Don't you dare ban Commander Root. Commander Root is literally the very first bot the dojo's ever had. I want him there. Leave him alone. Yeah, there you go. Oh, shit. All right, here we go. Moving on, and after this, we'll get started with the show. Proper Pidge's sources for Conveying the Obvious. Yes, the Pidge is even in here, too. She's our reporter. Pigeon was our frontline reporter for CTO. She is now just in her pigeon dimension being lazy, but maybe she'll be the part again. Maybe she'll play the part of the pigeon reporter again. Look at the profile image. Okay, hold on. Shit, how do you do that? How do I do that from this? I can't tell. Give me his link. Can someone give me his link? Mix it up. Okay. Let's see. Oh my God, it says 1 billion people are in here. I highly doubt that. Ah, it's so small. Oh, there it is. Oh, World of Warcraft. Well, yeah, Commander Root's account is 11 years, bro. He's been on Twitch longer than I have. 11 years this guy's been active. So we're keeping Commander Root. Hell yeah, we are. I think Commander Root is a Twitch bot that gathers data. Because if you go to Commander Root's actual profile, sometimes he'll like be watching multiple, like, let's say League of Legends streams and like crunching the analytics. Yeah, ban all the bots, keep Commander Root. He is the root of all commanders. All right, sorry. Going back to the pitch. Here we go. Sources for conveying the obvious, proper pitches. We'll use multiple search engines for unbiased, unfiltered information. We're going to look for both biased and unbiased. But the reason you want to use multiple search engines is because I've proven this before on stream. Most search engines have will go to different places. Some search engines won't even lead you to certain places. And some search engines will say they have billions of fucking results. And if you scroll down for just a good 2 minutes, you'll find out they're highly lying. Huge hyperbole. More like hundreds, not billions. So, using multiple search engines to find out information, okay. We use various types of sites, regardless of their affiliations or lack thereof, to get different perspectives. So again, we're not just looking for truth. You can't find truth right off the bat. You got to have different perspectives, okay? Truth is like a prism with different facets, and you have to know all those facets before you can get in that prism and see the light. So, we're going to Fox News, NSNBC, or whatever the fuck all those are, and NPR, but also Alex Jones, and, both sides, all sides, every side. That's how you find truth. Because everyone tells a half-truth. Everyone's lying, and everyone's telling the truth at the exact same time. But we're here to find the whole truth and enact upon it. Moving forward. All sources will be examined to find out their main objectives, ideals, loyalties, and main supply of income. Let me reiterate. All sources will be examined for specifically their main supply of income. Who is lobbying these sources? Lobbying. Do you know what lobbying is? Lobbying should be an offense for arrest and hanging, personally. That's an opinion. Maybe that's a fact too. But lobbyists have destroyed everything. So main income, who is saying what and who's paying them? Very important. All information gathered will be cross-referenced with one another to find discrepancies and falsities. Sounds fair. Last, once sufficient data has been collected, logic and reason will be applied. I know, crazy, huh? To discern infallible truth from fallacies. And there you go. Can I get some claps? I'd clap for myself, but I can't. So there you go. A little drawn out. I apologize about that. Thank you. Even though I asked, I should have like a clap thing up here. It says clap, clap, boo, boo, laugh, laugh. But I think all that's pretty reasonable. If you want to find the truth, you want to find some real fucking answers, you got to do some work. You think you're going to go to Twitter and get answers? Think you're going to go to TikTok, get answers? Think you're going to go any news agency and get answers? Answers aren't that easy. It's taken me over a decade to figure some shit out. And that's everyday fucking thinking, bro. It's rough. I wish it on everyone and I don't wish it on anyone. It's a curse and a blessing trying to figure out shit. But there you go. There you go. Hold on. I will be back in chat in just a second. I love all you. Thank you for being here tonight for this very new show. Let me just make sure we're sticking on track here. Yep, we went over that. We went over that. All right, we're about to move on to you, the viewer, for any topics you all want to talk about. Obviously, I don't want to jump from topic to topic every 2 minutes. We'll settle on a topic together, and we'll go forward, and we'll go from there. Let me go back to chat, see what you wonderful people are saying. Gathering data. What's the purpose of bot? Yeah. That's at least one purpose. That's for Commander Roo. He gathers data, analytic data and stuff. I just realized it's the anniversary of the Killdozer guy. Well, happy anniversary, Killdozer guy. See, he enacted. And I'm not saying become a Killdozer guy. Totally illegal. But he enacted. And people remembered him. Just saying. Don't enact. Totally illegal. Don't enact. Can you see what I'm dishing out? What we got going on in chat here? Believe nothing you hear and only half of what you see. Exactly, Alcatraz. Very good expression, very good idiom. Kind of cliche and corny and tropey, but it is absolutely true. Believe nothing you hear and only half of what you see. Yeah, pretty good advice. Simple, nice. Glitch. I'm not from the USA, so can I? Absolutely, Glitch. Sorry, again, I'm a little behind in chat. Give me just a second. But I want all different perspectives. I don't care if we're even talking about an American topic. If you're not from America, I definitely want to hear your opinion. Because sometimes you'll see more from the outside than you can from the inside of a problem. You understand what I'm saying? It's really ironic that today, the day of CTO's return, is the anniversary of True Revolutionary, the Killdozer. Absolutely. I don't want chat to disappear, I don't think, that fast. Hold on. Since we can now actually see it better. Let me change that real quick. Fade out. We won't have a fade out time for this episode. Okay, now your all's chat will stay, at least for the foreseeable future. Yes, yeah. Any perspective glitch, absolutely. Yeah, you're probably one of the best to comment because again, you're on the outside looking in. Sometimes you may not know all the nuances. Oh, come on back over here, baby. Sometimes you won't see all the nuances of the problems or understand them culturally, but you have a fresh perspective on something when you're on the outside looking in, and that's why echo chambers can be a very bad thing. All right, Nessie. Thank you, Nessie, for copy and pasting. I'll get to that in just a moment. I was going to show you all a video, just like a teaser video of CTO's old Hollywood episode, if you all wouldn't mind. Is that okay? Can I do that? And then we'll move on to you all, you lovely, lovely people, because we've only been in here 30 minutes, so we got a lot of time. Redact that. Thank you. I don't even care if I go to jail. Thank you, Addie. Yeah, it's like a one-way mirror, right? You want to be in a house of mirrors. Or no, maybe that's just a really big echo chamber. Yeah. That's what these internet social media sites are, all house of mirrors. There you go, Alterator. Just piggybacking on what you said. All right, let's just look at one video, you all. Just give me that. Just give me that. Let me show you all a little bit of what to expect in the visual department. Look, we got the internet working over here. I got to get used to the mirror thing, speaking of mirrors. But let's go over to the left monitor. Oh, yes. And let's go check out... Uh-oh, I pissed off some people. I've got comments. I piss off so many people on YouTube. I piss everyone off. I do. I meant to do that. Give me just a second. You know they banned some of my CTO videos already, right? For cyberbullying? Really? For cyberbullying, really? All right, here's the teaser. This won't really explain anything, but it's just I'm going to be making montages eventually. It won't be just us talking. There'll be slight little montages that will spell out things. Actually, you know what? I'm going to spell out something really easy for you. Let's watch this one. Hold on. This is a good one. 38 seconds. 38 seconds? Hold on. What the fuck? Oh, they deleted that one too? Fuck you, YouTube. Bastards. Yeah, cyberbullying rich people who kill others for fun and sport and business and stuff. I'm the cyberbully. Oh, God. I mean, I can cyberbully. You want to see cyberbullying? We'll go to my fucking YouTube comments. I am a cyberbully there. I don't give a shit. Every time I post a reply, a little prompt comes up and says, "You sure you want to post this? This is not good for YouTube." Yes, I want to post it. Yes, yes, yes. So I agree with you, Alcatraz, for the simple thing that if someone is cyberbullying you, you can ban them. You can ignore them. But you can't do that in real life. You can't fucking go up to a bully and go, "I ban you!" and he'll just punch you in the fucking face. That's real bullying. That's a form of real bullying. But on the internet, you have so much freedom, or you did, to at least get inside your own bubble chamber, echo chamber, or whatever, but to at least ban out voices you don't want, but get people away from you don't want. Unless they just keep making new accounts and stuff. That's a whole other thing. But yeah, it's a thing, but it shouldn't. It's a thing. Well, let's just all agree it can be a thing. You can bully over the internet, but compared to actual bullying, you have way more freedom to not be bullied on the internet than you do off of it. Granted, you're going to be up against more people on the internet. That could be subject for discussion. I like it. I'm sure we have some people in here that don't necessarily agree, and that's fine. That's what we're here for. We're not here to stroke each other's ego. You don't want to stroke my ego. You won't get me to shut the fuck up. You can't already get me to shut the fuck up. But we're here not to stroke egos. We're here to figure out hard truths. That's it. So, it's usually just a continuation of normal. Right. I think it is a form of bullying, but you know what I mean? It's not nearly as bad. Actually, cyberbullying is probably way more bad in a contextual sense of it just happens way more often. But again, we can talk about that. That might be a subject for debate. Let's watch a little bit. This is a montage. If you all... hey, here you go, Alterator. You probably know this comedian. You're British. Sorry to call you out like that. You're British, right? Right? If you all did not see... It was one of those awards ceremonies, okay? Let's just watch it. Listen to what the fuck Gervais says in front of all these fucking people. And then the shit he says, I tie in real life things to what he's saying. Because most people heard his jokes that night, and this was like 5 or 6 years ago before COVID. Most people listened to his jokes, laughed, and then they didn't think any more of it. Gervais was literally telling on everyone, and no one batted a fucking eye. All right, here we go. Let's see.
Hello and welcome to the 77th Annual Golden Globe Awards, live from the Beverly Hilton Hotel here in Los Angeles. I'm Ricky Gervais, thank you. Lots of big celebrities here tonight, I mean legends, icons. But tonight isn't just about the people in front of the camera. In this room are some of the most important TV and film executives in the world.
Now, I sometimes subtitle what he's saying because it's very important, and then I'll put in red the connections I make to what he's saying later in this montage.
People from every background, but they all have one thing in common. They're all terrified of Ronan Farrow.
Oh, Ronan Farrow is my boy. That's my boy. Y'all know who Ronan Farrow is? I bet you don't. We're going to find out. Y'all know who Harvey Weinstein is? Not Epstein, Harvey, another Stein. Harvey Weinstein. Most people know who that is. Ronan Farrow is the one that got Harvey Weinstein arrested. This motherfucker, if he ain't part of the system, if he ain't some fucking actor patsy, then he's the real deal. And he'll probably be assassinated any day now. Ronan. No, I agree with you, Glitch. It can be, yes. Cyberbullying can be an excuse to ban the truth. I don't think it is always and forever generalized, but it definitely can be. You're absolutely right. Oh,
He's
Ronan.
the reporter.
Ronan is gay, by the way. Ronan Farrow. I mean, if you couldn't tell, look at his beautiful metrosexual hair.
We seem to be hearing about an ever-increasing
And not that it matters, but he's
His
gay.
name is Ronan Farrow. He had
And look,
obtained an incriminating...
look, I even put all sources up here. Every single clip I ever put in any of these montages, I put all, like, where you could find it and all sorts of shit.
police recording of Harvey Weinstein with actress Ombra
Cyber banning,
Gutierrez.
cyberbullying, yeah, same thing.
Touch my breast.
Oh, please, I'm sorry. Just come on. I'm used to that.
There wasn't a thought like,
What?
I should just give up on this.
In terms of the gravity of the evidence, it would have been impossible for me to live with myself.
He's coming for you.
Farrow's follow-up
coming for
report
ya.
was equally explosive, revealing the lengths that
I wish he
Weinstein
was.
would allegedly
You know,
go to quash.
for those that remember past 5 years, all this Epstein, Weinstein shit happened right before COVID. Just saying.
Negative stories, including using private investigators and former Israeli spies.
Israeli
I don't think most
spies?
people are aware of the exotic and extreme tools at the disposal of the
We're
most
gonna get
powerful
banned.
and wealthy men in
We're
America.
gonna get so
when they
banned.
are bent at silencing accusations against.
Okay, so I'm bad with old actors and actresses' names, but Ronan's sister was a big actress back in the 70s and 80s and was raped by the Hollywood director she was in most movies with. It wasn't Weinstein, although I'm sure he had his way with her. I don't know his fucking name, but it was their stepfather. When he's a huge name in Hollywood, one of the biggest directors you could ever imagine. And he knew this shit happened, and he grew up and giving a reason why he did this. When you were asking what reason for me, and we'll get back to that later. But the reason Ronin got into this business, supposedly, of becoming a prosecutor and stuff, and an investigator, was because of what happened to his sister from someone that was in Hollywood that was so big and never got caught, never went to jail, no one gave two shits. Just like Epstein. At least up till the end for Epstein.
Weinstein, who denies all claims of non-consensual sex, had been paying for their silence, as much as $1 million in the case of Hombre Gutierrez. But the
See, and that's the
days of
thing, too.
silencing victims
That's the thing, too. They'll pay these people off with NDAs that I raped you, you can't do anything, here's money. So it's like, oh, this shit don't happen. It does, they just get paid a lot of money to stay quiet, or they get killed off. Or used.
Harvey Weinstein,
Woody Allen.
not long ago among the most...
If you all don't know who Woody Allen is, look him up. One of the biggest Hollywood directors ever. One of the biggest pedophiles in Hollywood as well. And no, that's not cyberbullying. That's fucking truth. Sorry, TOS, Twitch, and YouTube. But it was Woody Allen. Woody Allen was Ronan Farrow's stepfather and his sister's stepfather. He abused her constantly, put her in some films. And she's still alive, I think, to this day. And she talks about it. She's talked about it plenty of times. But no one cares. An HBO document. Hold on. An HBO documentary of that? Are you kidding me? HBO telling on themselves, huh? All right. It might be that they only get caught once they become exactly like Weinstein, like Harvey Weinstein. This guy here, that guy right there. Go look at most of the Hollywood movies made in the past 30 years. Look at the credits. 9 times out of 10, you're gonna see his fucking name in the credits. So, after a while, he did become irrelevant, and then they threw him under the bus, and that's why he's in jail and no one else. Just a theory. A conspiracy theory.
Powerful men in Hollywood
Roman
his
Pulaski?
job, and so have more than 24 other men.
Hold on. Who are all these 24 men? Hold on, I know you all know who these fucking actors are. Listen to this.
Harvey Weinstein, not long ago among the most powerful men in Hollywood, has lost his job, and so have more than 24.
So these are other Hollywood celebrities that were prosecuted during the Weinstein shit in years prior about sexually assaulting people and children. And they got fired. But as you can see, Kevin Spacey got his fucking job back. I mean, some of these you won't recognize. Hell, some of them I don't recognize. Here, look at that. It's that one motherfucker from Fox, right? There's a lot. Look, Andy fucking Dick. Hey, it's the guy from Arrested Development. Yeah, all these people were literally tried and prosecuted for this crime. Did you all ever hear about it? And again, there are sources. But again, we're just looking at a montage. I don't want to go into Hollywood shit tonight. It's a whole huge clusterfuck of a rabbit hole. But this is just to get us in the mood, you know.
Other men.
Yeah, exactly, Alterator. You're right. Dan
Convicted
Schneider.
rapist
Yeah, bro.
and now certified sex offender Harvey Weinstein learned his fate
3
today.
years later.
He was sentenced to 23 years in prison in his conviction on rape and criminal sexual act.
Oh, so 3 years ago he was prosecuted for these crimes, but he didn't get indicted until what, this year? He was prosecuted years ago for all these crimes, but didn't get indicted to go to jail or something shit like that until this year or last year. Charles Manson was tied to the CIA. Yeah, he was part of either his parents were in the CIA, he was in the CIA, all above, and or he was part of what was the projects that had to, in America that had to do with fucking with people's minds? MK Ultra. He was an MK Ultra experiment. Look it up. We're not going to look it up. We're not going to talk about that. Well, we might talk about it. And he killed Roman Pulaski's wife. Was that some way for them? I don't know, Addy. I have not looked too much into the whole Manson thing because I don't feel like that really affects my life as much. But it might tie into other things. Jailed. Thank you. Harvey Weinstein is finally jailed. Can we get some claps for Harvey Weinstein? Good job, buddy. Good job. All right. There we go. I think we're caught up. Let me look at my list. Everything's going very well tonight, other than me screaming about almost ripping my fingernail off right before the show. Ask Nessie. Screaming like a fucking banshee. All right. Yeah. We're caught up. Okay. So now, this is the segment of the show where we usually have a guest and we talk about stuff at length like you'd see on Joe Rogan, any of those other podcast type of shows. Eventually, we're going to have a little bit more aesthetics and visuals and stuff, but we're running a little bare bones, a little naked tonight. But yeah, so Nessie, can you copy and paste yet again your questions from earlier, and that will segue into other topics that you all want to bring up. Again, we can talk about anything you all want tonight. I don't care if it's conspiracy theories, supernatural, paranormal, secrets, history, language, psychology, any of these topics that we normally wouldn't go over in the gaming dojo. That's what this is for. This is our outlet to get out the serious energies, because I want the gaming dojo Ronin Yeti shit to be fun for you all. I don't want it to be serious. I don't want to get into serious moods. Maybe it's relevant here and there, but I want this to be our outlet for getting serious. So let's move on. It's very possible, Addie, by the way. I would have to look more into that. You may actually know more about Charles Manson than I do. Naked, like V? Let's hope. V's got her top off and she's ready to go. Here, I'll prove it. See? There she is. She's naked. Not an ounce of cloth on her. Goodbye, V.
No.
No. So for now, here and there, we're going to actually have real people's heads up here using Discord calls, Skype calls. But also, for those that don't want to show their face and you still want to be a guest, I'll throw up your reactive image on here. I will give you a CTO live guest role in the Discord, of which you can come into our hidden channel here. And yeah, so even tonight, if you want to come in, if you want to say something that you don't want to type, if you have something to say that'll take longer than a few minutes, tell me. I'll add your reactive image in. We'll get your ass in here. And we'll talk about it. So maybe we'll try that out as well. Get that rolling. Let's look at chat. I need this. Hold on. I need this this stream deck really, really close. I made a clip about the Woody Allen part, but I lost it. Fuck. That's okay. I'm sure he's gonna be brought up a lot more later. When did Alt get? Hey, have you got Alcatraz? You really need to go to the sexy shed more often. You should have saw the spam alterator did of a certain Pokemon, Pokegirl, Poke Monster, and I liked it. Okay, it did. Okay, thank you, Nessie. I'll go. It did that to me the other day with another clip. Yeah, they don't want the truth out. They don't want the truth out. Dude, I'm gonna have too much fun with these cameras. Alcatraz, I'm gonna have to tell you how to do this camera shit. It's so fucking easy. I did this shit in 20 seconds, bro. Well, not setting up the stream deck buttons, but getting the different camera angles. Look how seamless that is. No lag. Fucking nothing. I got you, bro. I know you like your... I'm going to use this in the gaming dojo, too. I know you like your camera zooms and shit. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Anyway. Don't you talk about my Absol. I didn't. I liked it. Sue me. All right, Nessie. What got me into the subject matter, and explain fact versus opinion. Very, very good premise to start out with. So... which subject matter? Just the subject matter of looking into things further than most people do, or most people would like to? Just kind of asking questions, conspiracy shit? Is that basically what you're asking? Being a wizard, well, everyone knows how to be a wizard, just don't have sex for 30 years. I need another cigar. I broke that one. Right, so, okay. And some of you may be able to relate to this. Growing up, I was one of those kids that always ask questions, right? But it wasn't more about I wanted answers. I guess, wanted to be annoying. It's a pretty easy bar to meet. Do we know a wizard? I think we know a couple wizards. I think we do. I'm not going to call anyone out. And I don't even know if anyone in the dojo is a wizard, but I know some wizards in real life. I know some that died as wizards. Poor boys. But anyway, so I always asked questions as a kid, blah, blah, blah. But I wasn't really interested in politics. History, the way they taught history in public schools is pretty trash. I don't think anyone will get into history listening to a history teacher in a public school unless you had a pretty cool history teacher, of which I had one. He was a Vietnam veteran, very cool teacher. Didn't learn anything, but he was a cool teacher. But I never really looked into that stuff. I was, in entertainment, anime, video games. Yes, you all are going to get personally attacked here for a second. I know I feel personally attacked by myself. But, all the different entertainment. Partying, getting drunk, getting high. All that shit as a teenager. Getting in trouble. I didn't care. about the truths of the world. I was trying to figure out my own truths. Yes? Come to find out later, you should always find out the truth and then develop personal truths, but we'll talk about that in a later episode. Maybe that's a fact versus opinion thing. Regardless. But one day, I was on the internet on AOL chat or MySpace, and I look over to the TV next to me, and there's a movie playing with Brad Pitt. And I'm like, damn, this movie has some cool-ass camera angles. What's this movie about? And my direction went more towards the TV than the AOL chat, and I watched that whole thing, and I was so inspired. The movie in question, Fight Club. Some of the way Fight Club conveyed the obvious with the shit it presented blew me away. I had never thought of these things. I never wanted to think of these things. And then I started thinking about why didn't I ever think of these things that the movie represented, that the movie conveyed. And that's where my internal struggle started. But I'm making a very long story short here. But to get to the whole conspiracy shit, this is weird. I was working at GameStop. See, we all got a lot in common here. I was working at GameStop when I was in my when I was about 20, 21. And one day, when it was very, very slow, some hobo came in, stinky. He was a stanky boy wearing the worst clothes. He came in, didn't look at a video game, didn't ask me about video games, came straight up to me with a DVD in his hand within a crystal disc. Later on, found out the DVD, I don't think it had ever been played. Didn't have one scratch on it. Disc was pristine. This hobo came up to me, and I don't remember what he said, and I'm not making this up. He's like, I think you need this. I'm pretty sure he said something to that effect. I think you need this. The DVD he had on, and it was like it was a DVD that you burned. So someone had. How did the hobo burn this DVD is beyond me. I think someone gave it to him to give to me. I know that sounds fucking insane. Hear me out. So on the DVD was written one word in permanent marker, Zeitgeist. I watched this DVD, changed my entire fucking life. Zeitgeist. Maybe we'll watch it. It's a 2-hour documentary about 3 subjects: religion, money, and power. And that movie woke me the fuck up. I was crying. It talked about 9/11. I was crying. It changed my life. And I don't know why a random hobo gave it to me. I don't know how he knew I needed it. I don't know who gave it to him. I don't understand that part, and I'm not making it up. I know it sounds... Hey, fact is stranger than fiction. You'll come to find that out much later in this show. But, yeah. And Zeitgeist, a documentary about things I never thought of that literally run to my everyday life and everyone's fucking lives. That's what really inspired me to start looking into conspiracies and other things. There are, again, I made a short story, or a long story short. There's other reasons when I was younger that I started questioning the reality. I'll talk about that in a more of a supernatural, paranormal episode. But suffice to say, Fight Club and Zeitgeist changed my fucking life. But it didn't change. I changed my life, but it put me on the direction to change my life. So there you go. Now you know, Nessie. I'll answer your second question in just a second. And then we'll move on to y'all's questions. More of y'all's questions about things. Mages? A mage is a 6-year-old who hadn't had sex. Ooh, boy. I see the word Nazi. Hold on. Someone call me a Nazi. This is a cigarello. It's a backwoods. I am currently trying to quit smoking. But these are harder to quit than cigarettes. And I do inhale these like a moron. But they're not as bad as like something like this. Hold on, where'd it go? Look at this big baby. First you have this, but then you have this. Hello, ladies. Ladies, which one would you prefer? Ladies and men. If I inhaled this, I would die. But I can inhale these because they're not as bad. So, I know. I don't need to be coddled and babied. I know I'm a retard. As long as I know. I did none of that, but because I was an unwilling loner than anything else. Dude, I was single for 6 years, man, and not because I wanted to be. That was a very lonely time. Sounds like a creepypasta. Isn't that weird, Addy, though? The hobo with a disk of data that he said he thinks I needed. Who the fuck was this person? He didn't look familiar. Yeah, so there's multiple Zeitgeist docs. The first one, if you can find it, can we get a link maybe? Can a mod look it up? Internet Archive or something? If you can find a link for the original Zeitgeist, has to do with religion, 9/11, and banks. That's that's going to set you on a path. If you want to go on this sort of path, that will fucking set you on it. Because those videos inspired me. Like, I started CTO 12 fucking years ago, by the way. My very first 4 episodes of CTO I started 12 years ago on YouTube. They banned 3 of them. Which I was like, okay, fuck this shit. I'm not going to make videos if they're just going to ban them. So it's taken a while to get back to this. And now we're live, and we're definitely going to get banned. I'm about to be very anti-Semitic in here. Doesn't matter what I say. Did he think you were a Nazi? Who? The hobo? What does zeitgeist have to do with Nazism, you crazy person? No, zeitgeist, the word zeitgeist. Where's the internet? We're going to look that up. And that's another thing, too, we're going to do a lot on this show is look up definitions. If people don't know the meanings of words, don't fucking use the word. Let's look it up. I'm not saying you don't, V. Zeitgeist. Definition. A zeitgeist is like a paradigm. The spirit of the age, the taste, outlook, and spirit characteristic of a period. So it's like a spiritual... Here, y'all can't see that. It's like you still can't see that. It's like a spiritual paradigm within people or persons. That's what a zeitgeist is. Hold on. Hold on. Cummies. What? Oh, Nessie, what is that? Cummies? He chokes and dies when he smokes. Yeah. Thank you, Addie. Did someone call me a Nazi? I think this show is racist against Nazis. Racist against Nazis, bro. Since I started trying to date, the longest I had was 9 years of being like abstinent. That's if you ain't a wizard, you something. You're like a shaman. Like 10 years, like a decade of no sex makes you a shaman. 30 years of no sex makes you a wizard. 60 makes you a high mage. Thank you, Nessie. Oh, Nessie's got a... Yeah. So if anyone's interested in... Now, this is 2007. Okay, that does add up. Yeah, I was 21 or 22 when I saw this. Yep, early 20s. Yes, so follow Nessie's link. Bookmark it. Anything, if you're interested, watch it. At least watch the religion part. And hell, we might watch it on here eventually. Maybe tonight, I don't know. But the religion part blew me a fuck away. That's why I know so much about religion now. I mean, I always was interested in religions and spirituality and stuff as a kid and teenager, but when I found when this video, and I'm not saying this video is 100% truth, but it's got a lot of goddamn truth. Fair enough. Hold on. What are you saying? Fair enough. Some of these years were my childhood, but still. Oh well. I mean, yeah. I mean, it happens like when you hit puberty. That's when the wizardry starts. Some say so. I guess. Basically, abstinent for 20 years is you're a wizard. Because from like 10, we'll say around 10, you hit puberty. From 10 to 30, that's 20 years. So abstinent for 20 years, wizard. Abstinent for 10 years, shaman. Abstinent for 50 years, high mage. Can't believe we're talking about this. I get in trouble in the USA for having a Cuban cigar. Yeah, in some states, Glitch, they're still illegal. Even though cigarettes fucking kill people. Whoops. Yeah, I remember years and years ago, you led me down a rabbit hole of a YouTube series talking about Neon Elabin. What? What is that? Hold on. Who dat? Or is that a code word? Oh! Dude, I put it in and still knew what you were talking about. Google's smarter than me. Or DuckDuckGo. Yeah, that 9/11 shit blew me away, bro. I do want to talk about 9/11. We have to talk about 9/11 on this show one day. Multiple episodes, because it's just too crazy. It's too fucking nuts. This show is racist against redacted. Yeah, 30 is wizard. Written rule. 20 years from puberty, in my opinion, is like the average. Is Addie a high mage? What are you, Addie? You know, Addie's had all the sex. Addie probably had sex before we all did. I don't trust any religion that has a God figure. I feel you. And well, that's the thing. Most religions, they're all the fucking same, and they all stem from the same fucking place. You ever heard of Abrahamism? You ever heard of Abrahamism? Abrahamic religions? Islam, Judea, and all forms of Catholicism, Christianity, all that stems from Abrahamism. Judaism. They all like, it comes from paganism. Well, no. No. Yes, but no. No. If you're a Christian, you're a Jew light. If you're an Islam Muslim, you're like a hyper Jew. And if you're a Jew, well, there's many types of Jews, so that's a whole other fucking basket. But yeah. He is an honorable reverend. Right, he married Jesus Christ. He can't have sex willy-nilly. Addie married Jesus Christ. Get with it. Religion that ideals one being... Religion that idolizes like one? Yeah. Monotheism? See, I think there's a God, but I don't think I am like enlightened enough to even understand a God-like entity. You know what I mean? I think if God exists, it's in some tesseract 4th or 5th dimension that we can't even possibly understand with our monkey 3D brains. So I'm not atheist. I've never been atheist. I've always had some sort of spirituality. But I've been agnostic most of my life. You got to prove something for me to believe it. I might kind of believe something, but I'll never 100% believe something unless it's completely proven. That's agnosticism. I feel like everyone should start out agnostic. Don't start out with a religion. Don't start out atheistic, because if you go atheistic, you're going to be an autistic. If you start out as a religion, you're going to be a Bible thumper. You know, start in the middle. Agnostic. Build a tree of knowledge. The tree of life, the tree of knowledge. Build it up with experience, anecdotes, facts, personal opinion. And that reminds me, segueing back into Nessie's second question. He married Jesus Christ. He married God, dude. He can't be going willy-nilly with the ladies. Nessie wants to know, what's the difference between fact and opinion? Well, let's look at the definitions first off. A fact. Now, words have been kind of fucked lately, but we'll just take these as they are. It says fact. I'm gonna have to get a highlighter or something. Knowledge or information based on real occurrences. So something that's not subjective, something that's not relative. Something demonstrated to exist or known to have existed, a real occurrence, an event. Real. Something real. What makes something real? Something that can be measured, something that can be sensed with our different senses. Again, our senses aren't always true. So that's why the search for truth and the search for the real is not so easy, because we can manipulate ourselves into thinking a lie is the truth as human beings. It's happened for look, speaking of religion, it's happened for thousands of fucking years. So, but okay, fact, gotcha. Opinion. What's the definition of opinion? Now, I'm sorry we don't have any music tonight. We're slow rolling. We're slow burning. Opinion. No. Oh, and by the way, if anyone in here goes to fact checkers, I'm sorry. We're gonna have to shape you into a better shape. If you go to fact checkers for your facts, speaking of who pays who, look into that. Look into most fact checkers, even Snopes. Look who pays them. Okay, opinion. What does opinion mean? A view, judgment, appraisal formed in the mind about a particular matter. Right? A belief stronger than impression and less strong than positive knowledge. What? A generally held view. Yeah, it can be. Mass opinion. A formal expression of judgment or advice by an expert, like a doctor's opinion. And it's funny, they're like, it's an educated opinion. Shouldn't doctors know truth? They shouldn't have educated opinions. I get it. Science is a tool into the unknown. But if you're trained to be a doctor, you should know some truths. You should know what's going on. But they do. That's fucking doctors and hospitals. That's a whole subject. But yeah, okay. I think we all know the difference between fact and opinion. So what's the difference? Simple. And anytime and here's another thing for CTO going forward. Anytime I say something you all don't agree with, tell me. I might be wrong. And that's the first real step to finding truth, is you have to be willing to be wrong. You have to be willing to be wrong. I want to be wrong. Because if I'm wrong, maybe someone will be right and then I'll finally be right. I'd rather be right than wrong, But I'm okay with being wrong as long as someone can tell me the right or the real or the what. We're not talking about right and wrong in an ethical sense here. I'm talking about like reality versus fantasy sort of thing. But I want, if you don't disagree or you don't really believe what I'm saying, tell me and we'll talk about it. That's what we're here for. This is what CTO is for. No dead air here. Facts don't care about your feelings. Absolutely. In Alterator, I love Ben Shapiro in certain ways and I hate him in other ways. I guess you can guess what I'm talking about. But it's true. And he's not saying that to be mean. Reality's a bitch. Facts are a bitch. We all die. You could die right fucking now. You know what I mean? Nothing is promised in life except life and death. That's the only two things promised, is to be alive and to die in life. That's two truths to that. That's all I don't care what your government tells you, what your mommy tells you, what you tell yourself. It's all fantasy. You only get life and death, and the rest is up to you to give yourself, to give yourself. So when Ben Shapiro said facts don't care about your feelings, he's not saying that to piss people off. He's saying that as a truth that facts sadly don't care about your feelings when it comes to certain things. Like we all got to grow up. We all got to die. We usually have to get a job or find some form of financial income to live. It sucks. And maybe the point of what he meant was not so much that we have to deal with the facts and be okay with them, but the facts are not going to sit there and fight fair. You have to fight back even more with the facts. You have to sometimes either forget your feelings or enact upon your feelings and go against the facts. And maybe you can prove that the facts aren't facts, or you prove to yourself that you were wrong. I don't know if any of that made any fucking sense. Religion was instituted as an attempt to make the masses like-minded, absolutely. In one regard, yes. As time went on, the deviations of men divested from the original moral and value code of humanity, and now is used as more of a tool and less an actual connection. Or a weapon. Yep, for sure. Yep. Why in the USA man compete in sports versus women? God. Don't even ask, man. Because equality. We got to go back to when men beat women again. Isn't that ironic as fuck? That they let biological men compete in biological women's sports, and then the biological men usually win, and then the women clap for the man that just beat them? It's a little ironic, don't you think? A little too ironic. BlackRock is getting its chance in the... Oh, Alcatraz, dude. You make me proud that you even know that fucking word, BlackRock. You all don't know what BlackRock is? Two companies you all should know exist that most people don't. BlackRock, which is an investment firm / assassin agency. It's huge. It's got its tendrils and everything. You got BlackRock as like a Western powerhouse company. And then the Eastern powerhouse company is Tencent. Me and some other Ronin in the dojo were talking about Tencent the other night. Tencent is the Asian equivalent, basically, of BlackRock. And they own every fucking thing you could think of over there. And they are even invested in Facebook and Epic Games. Oh, my God. That's going to be a big subject. We're going to talk about BlackRock and Tencent down the line. But that's a huge rabbit hole that most people I don't think are ready for. But I think most people would believe. Because it ain't beyond the scope of reality that these companies exist and how much power they exude. And they're so powerful, you don't even know who they are. There's like, Elon Musk is the richest guy in the world. No, he's not. Not by a fucking mile. Bill Gates? No, he's rich. And they're both rich. The richest people in the world, you ain't gonna fucking hear about. And they keep it that way, obviously, for many reasons. Going back to chat. There's some rulings going on, Glitch, that they are reforming how sports will be held, and some of those include allowing trans men. See, I think men and women should compete, but that should be a whole different league. Have the men's sports, have the women's sports, have the quality sports, the sports that involve both trans, men, women, fucking disabled people too. Have them all in there. It'd be like the fucking Hunger Games. Going back to chat. There's a lot going on in court cases right now per state. So BlackRock, oh my God, Alco. Yeah, I'm so glad. Alco, you really make your father proud over here when you tell me you know about BlackRock. Because even I don't know that much about them, but there's so much to learn about them. That's shit. Equality of there it is. We've heard that before. Equality of opportunity is different than equality of outcome. Most people don't understand that either. Let's talk about that. Y'all want to talk about that? What's the difference between equality of opportunity versus quality of outcome? Yep, Jordan Peterson. If you hate Jordan Peterson, you're not listening to him. You're listening to what other people are saying about him, or you're finding clips on TikTok that edit out all context of what he's saying. Jordan Peterson is a modern day fucking Pythagoras. He's a modern day fucking Apollo or Plato or whatever, whoever, Plato. He's a modern day philosopher. He really is. And he almost fucking died because he listened to his dumb daughter diet opinions. But, right. So what's the difference? Equality of opportunity versus equality of outcome. Now, I might even be wrong about this, and I don't know about as much of it as I want to. Equality of opportunity. America, supposedly the land of the free. You have the pursuit of happiness, right? The pursuit of happiness in the Constitution. That is a equality of opportunity. We all have the opportunity to be equal. We all have, no matter where you start from, whether you're poor, rich, whatever. Supposedly, we all have the opportunity to get where we want to in life from the beginning. No matter if you're poor or what. We know that's not necessarily reality, but that's the ideal. But then you got equality of outcome. Now that's different. Equality of outcome does sound good, but guess what? Equality of outcome is that everyone gets the same fucking thing. Like a communism, right? That might not sound bad. Everyone gets the same thing. Everyone gets the same amount of food. Everyone gets the same amount of clothing, right? Well, guess what? You can never go past where the government says you can. You can't have equality of outcome in the literal sense without an authoritarian government keeping people in check, or people keeping each other in check, which that doesn't happen anymore because people are afraid to offend each other. But equality of outcome is a slippery slope that can lead into authoritarianism, can lead into hyper-communism, can lead into crony corporatism. It can lead into a lot of bad things, and it can also keep a nation stagnant, a people stagnant, a culture stagnant, because no one's ever trying to get more, and if they do, everyone has to, and then how are you going to equal that out? I don't feel like I'm saying exactly what I want to say about this, but I do agree with the idea of equality of outcome. It would be nice, ideally, but if you want true freedom, not everyone's going to win. That's what true freedom is. When everyone's life, you don't know what's going to happen. Some people don't want freedom. They want their lives already planned out, and they want to feel comfortable. And that's fine, too. Go live in fucking Russia or China or North Korea. But for those that want to take a gamble in life, for those that don't want a government to control them, don't want their fucking neighbors to control them unless you're doing something, that's really fucked up, like cooking meth for babies or something in your basement. I don't know. But, because we're supposed to keep each other in check. But anyway, it's weird. Ideally, you want equality of outcome. But realistically, you can't have true freedom and equality of outcome in the same respect. Now, maybe you can if we didn't live in such a corrupted, financial-driven society. Maybe if our society wasn't driven on fucking making money and one-upping each other, maybe we could, they can make lab-grown meat. Everyone has meat if they want meat. We have 3D printers, right? You can just print out shit you need, right? We're getting to the Star Trek point where we can almost make shit like resources out of thin air. At that point, that might be a realistic, idealistic equality of outcome, because then we can generate shit kind of like money out of thin air, and everyone gets something. And if some people want to go farther than others, then they can. But it's not like you're being driven to do that. You drive yourself. Picard said something like, when humankind went from their main motivation of money to themselves and to experiencing the human experience, to really being good to oneself and each other, that's when the humankind kind of evolved. And I feel like money is going to keep us stagnant for fucking ever. Bartering skills and bartering skills and resources may not work with billions of people, but it does work. When you have so many people, You know, one day we're gonna talk about all this from the enemies. I call them the enemy. We're gonna talk about all this from the enemy's perspective. And what's funny, I have empathy for the enemy that corrupts everything and is destroying the world and destroying us. I have empathy for them because I can understand where they're coming from. And that is an inner struggle right there. Maybe I should have joined the fucking Illuminati because they invited me twice. The Freemasons anyway. But anyway, sorry, going back to chat, I do apologize for ranting, but that's what we're here for. Only problem is we don't have equality of opportunity. Absolutely, and that's the thing too. We don't have equality of opportunity. In America, we're told we are, but seriously, if you're born poor, you're probably going to be poor the rest of your fucking life, no matter what you fucking do. I'm not saying that's always going to happen, but it's both an illusion. Equality of opportunity, equality of outcome. They're both fucking ideals that humans are striving for, but they don't really exist anywhere. You know what I mean? Not really. Not really. Equality of outcome looks to ensure people who are disadvantaged. Right. Equality of opportunity looks to ensure that everyone has the same opportunities to make those gains. Right. Right. Which, again, idealistically, all that sounds wonderful. But when you put it into practice with the corrupted financial systems and goals of the world today, people are getting used. And then other people are being thrown under the bus. That's really equality. Mr. 3D meat printer. Absolutely. Just print your steak. Richard Traeger's speech in Outlast comes to mind. Oh, really? Send that to me in a DM if you wouldn't mind. DEI initiative's basis is op of outcome. What? Oh, I think I know what you're talking about. You can elaborate more if you want to, Nessie. But yeah, it's such a, being human beings is a very complicated thing to do. Especially when we're raised in a reality that's so far removed from reality. We almost live in a faux reality, but somehow it works. And people live it day to day. But humans have, all humans, doesn't matter if you're leftist, rightist, centrist, upist, downist, we all have our own ideals, our own standards, our own ethics. Maybe some of those align with our parents, religion institutes, family, friends, a book we read, a movie we saw. But then there's reality, right? And it's like, I want this ideal to be real. But how do I go about doing that? And I feel like the safest answer, I don't know if the safest answer isn't always the best answer, but I think the safest and best answer here is not to expect your ideal to be a reality. Don't expect it. Live your ideal. And perhaps that ideal, if it is true, if it is an honorable ideal, if it's not, my ideal is to kill all people and have all babies dead before they come out of the womb. That's not a good ideal, and fuck you for that thought. Whoever has that. I'm talking about good, ethically good ideals, right? For making everything better. Because life is a bitch. You want to make it worse for each other? Don't make it worse for each other. I mean, I'm not really the good vibes sort of guy. I get good vibes here and there, but see, when I produce bad vibes, it's to try to help someone, but they think I'm berating them, and that's all in them. Sorry, but I forgot. Yeah, we got to have some ethics. Yeah, because things just snowball so easily for humans because we're so malleable. Going back into the religions, notice how different races can believe the same religion, or the same race can believe in different religions. Just as an example, it's like we don't. It's hard to know what truth is as a human, because we are what we surround ourselves with, and what we surround ourselves with isn't necessarily the truth. But then what's the truth? It's a really hard. This is a very hard journey to take for anyone trying to figure out these answers, trying to ask yourself questions. Questioning yourself, one of the hardest things you could do. But the more you do it, the easier it gets. But then you don't want to question yourself too much. Ugh, it's all a balance. It really is. Hello, Addie. Here's some Traeger speech. Let me see it. Let's see it. Here we go. I love these camera angles. It's understandable. People get scared. They're as like to turn to God as anything else. God died with the gold standard. Ooh, that's that God anyway. Yeah. We're on to more concrete faith now. You have to rob Paul to pay Peter. There is no other way. Murder in its simplest form, but what happens when all the money is gone? Well, money becomes another matter of faith, and that's what I'm here for, to make you believe. And funny enough, notice how he went in a circle there. Interesting. What are redemptions? Are you talking about the channel point redemptions? So, Godzilla, we have a lot of shit turned off. This is a whole different show than you're used to. We're here to get answers and talk to one another and have a little bit of fun. But it's not as chaotic. There's like only 2 channel point redemptions, barely any commands. Let me do the commands for y'all. Alcatraz, you liking these camera angles, bro? I'm going to have to help you out. It's so easy, man. It's so... Once you know how to nest scenes within scenes, you got the power. Also, I have bile malabsorption. Well, your diet, Godzilla, from what I hear, is not very good. You know we're going to be talking about vegetarianism, veganism, fruitarianism, not fruitarianism, frugism. We're going to be talking about diet and all that, and nutrition. We're going to talk about all that shit in a later episode because it needs to be talked about. It just needs to be talked about. Too fucking bad. I also DM'd you another version on Discord. Thank you, Eddie. It is snazzy. Scenes all the way down. Oh yeah, Drew. So, and I'm sure you know about this, but within a scene, you got your sources list, right? Well, you can add scenes in your sources within a scene. So all I do is, for this simple thing, I make an action group and mix it up of just me switching, let's say, to that. But all I do is I duplicate this whole scene, everything I got in this scene, everything in this. I duplicate it, put into an action group to move to this new scene, which is a scene within a scene, and then I just zoomed in. I just zoomed in the scene. I zoomed it in here, here, and here. That's all I fucking did. I can't believe I didn't think of it earlier. Raisins swell inside me. Ooh. You might be allergic. You might be allergic. Jeez, God. Yeah, there's the real God right there. Y'all want a God? There's Godzilla for you. Yes, I make a special point to structure that way. Oh, man, it's simply good architecture. Oh, my God, dude. I wish I had known that earlier. You should see, like, my CTO scenes. So, Brandon, you know you can have, and Drew, you can have different scene collections in OBS. I have a Ronin Yeti streaming collection of all my scenes and shit, and then I have a scene collection of all my CTO shit. And I can simply click to go from one to the other. They don't share anything except what's in Mix It Up and what it tell it to share. And my scene structure, my architecture, as you put it, in CTO is much more clean than the fucking Ronin Yeti. Ronin Yeti's put together with fucking duct tape. And I want to go back and fix it, but I know I'll just break everything. Cramps and sharding. Dude, it's your diet, bro. It's your diet. You are what you eat, son. And you must eat God. I feel like I need to activate some music. Is it okay without the music? At least for our first episode. Are we good? Well, folks, CTO Live will not be airing as long as our usual streams. I think someone just left me. No, V, come back. Since this is a podcast, I want it to only be between an hour and a half and 3 hours at max. We're going to have a cutoff point. We're about an hour and a half in, but since this is our first episode, we're going to go probably the full 3 hours, if not just a little over. So feel free to comment on anything we've already said. Feel free to berate or debate. Feel free to ask more questions. Feel free to bring up topics that I might not know about. But yeah, I appreciate everyone coming in tonight. I love y'all. I do appreciate it very much. You probably know as much as I do by now, but I'm always happy to talk shop. Oh, absolutely. You never know what you don't know. Can someone quote that? Oh, you all can't quote, can you? Can you quote? Is that activated? Can you quote me saying, wait, what the fuck did I just say? You'd be surprised. You might be surprised. Wait, what the fuck did I just say? It sounded intelligent at first. You might be surprised what you don't know. That don't sound as good. Eat God, become God. Yes. Yes. Why people like Vaporeon pussy? Well, I think you know that, and I think you can copy and paste that. I think we all know that by now. She's human-sized, and she's slippery. She gives good cuddles, apparently. I mean, you can eat shit if you want, and you can fry shit if you want. I've seen it before. I don't know if you want to eat it, though. Are we talking about porn addictions? We could talk about porn addiction. What do y'all want to talk about? Yes, Godzilla, shit can fry. Sam Hyde did a video. He fried all sorts of things for a video. And he did fry some shit, and it was... they were all puking. Apparently, it exploded and shit. Oh, my God. Porn should be the subject. Porn is the subject of almost every Gaming Dojo episode. Y'all kidding me? It's the whole subject of Mental Gear Sexual. You never know what you don't know. Yeah, thank you, Drew. You never know what you don't know. Does quoting work right now? Probably not. You don't know what you don't know? That too. If I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die. Well, thank you, Glitch. This is literally our first episode. It's a pilot fucking under construction episode. It's going to be more. I like to iterate on what I do. What you see, everything that's going on here, there's going to be more iterations, more things to come. But I started from scratch. Like, Glitch, if you want to go through some of the clips after the show or now just to see how we normally do shit, you'll see it's a bit different. You'll see some things that look familiar, like the little Yeti down here with the horns. I need to start selling this. I need to get a Ronin Yeti plushie or something. The monitors are kind of the same, but everything else, completely different. And we don't have nearly as much ways to interact. Usually the Gaming Dojo Ronin Yeti show is all about interacting in kind of like a fourth wall breaking ARG video game. But this, I want this to literally be like something more normal, something people are used to, something that people can relate to more. So, like day and night, basically. No, what, no. E-girl pussy is addicting. Yeah, I know, Goddell. We know you got an addiction to that. I don't see how, though. I wouldn't know. I'm installing Windows 200. No, keep it 200. I like that. I'd buy a Yeti. See, hold on. I'm going to talk about some fourth wall breaking. What? What is it? Oh, my God. It's two of them. So, Nessie got me this a while ago. And I used to use this in some old marketing for Death by Design merch. And I like them. So, but I can't sell this particular Yeti because it's not mine to sell. You know, I can't reproduce this and sell it. So, if we get to that point where y'all want merch and y'all want a plushie, oh, we'll get some plushies. We'll get some pop vinyl, Ronin Yeti. Y'all want a Don Ronnie pop vinyl 3D printed? How about that? You put a little Don Ronnie on your shelf. Put a little Don Ronnie on your car with adhesive. Yo, anyone got a product key for Windows 2000? Thank you, Nessie. Yeah, that'd be great. I'd have a Don Ronnie on my car. Put him right on the hood of the car. Yeah, maybe once I don't want to start merch again. We started merch early 2 years ago. No one bought anything, and I was like, well, some of y'all bought stickers. I think one or two of y'all bought a shirt. But I want a clamoring before we start merch again. I don't want to do all that work when no one wants to buy anything. So only when you all really want to start buying stuff, sports, the Gaming Dojo, Ronin Yeti, CTO, and all the above, then we'll do something like that. But y'all got to tell me when you want to do that. But yeah, maybe around 500 followers or such, maybe it'll be better. You want a plushie too, Alterator? We'll pop vinyl your ass too. A Yeti cooler. I know, right? So look at I don't have it in here. During our July 4th specials with Don Ronnie, of which is coming up next month, I usually put like a Yeti cooler here full of beer as like a little joke. So yeah, fuck them. They stole my font. They stole my name. That's Impact font. That's my fucking font. No, I think they had it way before I did. All right, Drew. Well, we'll be here, buddy. I appreciate you coming in. Thank you, sir. I hope this podcast don't get banned because it's really good. And why in USA the most free speech country? I know, right? It's kind of like what someone else brought up earlier about, I think Alterator brought it up, or Godzilla, or one of you green-colored people about how there's supposed to be equality of opportunity, but there's not really. And it's just, everything's a facade. Everything's an illusion. We've all been tricked into believing lies are truth. Almost everything you can think of is a fucking lie. I know that sounds stupid and naive and generalizing. It's also true. I was supposed to do the zoom in for effect. But I really appreciate you, Glitch. You just coming in, already starting to like it. I think you're going to love it going forward. If you're not into the whole chaotic gaming, streaming, this will probably be your home. But I hope we don't get banned. We're not going to if Hassan Piker can't get banned, although he's part of the problem, I don't think we're going to get banned. But, you know, I don't have clout. Hassan Piker does. Yeah, last 10 years has changed this country a lot. Absolutely. 9/11, going back to that subject, that changed every fucking thing. Not only for the U.S., but the world. And that's really where we got started with the whole dystopian Orwell shit. Was right before 9/11, really, with the NSA and all that. Snowden tried to warn us. Snowden tried to warn all of us. None of us fucking listened. Some of us listened. I listened, but I still use the internet. Shit. Life is like a bag of surprise mechanics. Yeah, truly. Yeah, another Kentucky fucky. You should know what live action come and get you some means. As a native Kentucky fucky, you should know what live action come and get you some. I don't know what the fuck that means. I am a Kentucky fucky. I have no idea what that means. That's what Addie said. See, Goddale and Addie have a lot in common. And Crowbro, all three of my my master autist Ronin, they all have a lot in common. It's very interesting. But yeah. Isn't that funny, Goddale? I didn't mean for that to happen. I promise. Are you talking about in the way like artists? Yes, our top master artists. Are you talking about as if like time slows down and we have to react to something? My life does that. I've told stories in the dojo where like I've almost died several times and life literally slowed down and I was able to react fast enough and save my life. I wasn't about to reload from an old save. Remember the time I saved the little black kid from dying? When the wall fell on all of us, I fucking grabbed him and flew through the air past that wall, man, near the construction area in the mall. I've done it several times. I've got that I've got that quick time event mod, bruh. Once you get it. 9/11, it is absolutely and emphatically, evidentially an inside job. It was both an outside and an inside job. That's a huge subject, Glitch. But no, there's no debating that anymore. I don't care what the official records say. If you go read the official records of 9/11, they literally say the opposite of what people have been saying, like actual scientists, all sorts of fucking scientists. Scientists that look at the Earth, scientists that look at architecture, scientists that look at planes. You know, all the different people are like, none of this makes any sense. Yeah. No, it was definitely, it was a ritual. Now, here's another thing, too. Most of you all look at symbols all day, every day. Like Facebook logos, Gmail logos, just any logos. Usually symbols are now used for business logos and such, marketing, branding. But symbols and symbolism has been a huge sort of mental ritual that humans have done for a long time. And here's an example. 9/11 is a ritual. It was a ritual. Why? The two towers. The two towers were built for a reason, and they were destroyed for a reason. If you know anything about, and I've got a book, by the way. I've got a master Freemason. Actually, this is an apprentice Freemason book. Notice how there's not really any. This is an actual Freemason book. I'm not allowed to have this. I don't think I could get banned for having this, but I am not allowed to have, nor look or read out of this. Even if I was a Freemason, I'm not allowed to read out of this. But Freemasons and other groups throughout history, they've loved symbolism. And if you all didn't know, the whole Twin Tower thing is a huge Freemason symbol. It's all about destroying the opposites to crumble into one unit. Which sounds symbolically fine. Maybe when we want to conjoin the opposites into one race, one human race. But no, it's 9/11 was a fucking ritual. I wish I could. There's so many pages in here. Look at all this. I could pick one fucking page and read, and y'all be like, "The fuck? People believe this shit?" I stole this from a Freemason, by the way. I worked for him. He's too old to be on Twitch. He don't know. Hold on, going back to chat. I do apologize, you all. Here, I'm a little lagging. I just got so much to say tonight. All of us do. Are you talking about Turtle Man God? Who? Master Roshi. Yep, 9/11 was his side job. My uncle is best friends with him. Turtle Man. Yeah, I know who you're fucking talking about. Old Turtle Man. Is he still alive? The 90s Windows logo. It's Pog. It's pretty Pog. I'll agree with you there. Pretty Poggers. Lord of the Rings, the two towers. That ain't a coincidence. You're tired, Addie? I thought this would bring excitement to you. We're talking about all sorts of things. Hell, we haven't really even like settled on a topic yet to discuss. We're kind of just talking willy-nilly. But it is a little late for Addie. It's 10 o'clock. Addie, if you got to go, by all means, sir, go. But if you want to stay, we'll talk more about stuff. But I appreciate you being here regardless. I hope you're enjoying yourself either way. Epstein book, please. Your little black book? I've still not found my PDF from that. You could probably find it a lot easier now than you could back when I first had it. But yeah, I do have a PDF copy of it. Still have not found it. I hope to God it wasn't one of the files that got destroyed when I reformatted my hard drive on accident. Who? What? Oh, Turtle Man. Thank you. Oh, Turtle Bro. He's from my hometown. Was around very often. Smells really bad. Well, he wades in turtle shit all day. But yeah, symbolism. And that's, again, there's so many subjects to go into. And that's why another reason I want to do this show is there's a lot to talk about. We're not just going to be talking about conspiracy theory bullshit. There's just so many things to talk about that people don't talk about. That's all around us. That's obviously all around us, but no one talks about it. Oh, here we go. Here's a little thing. So, Freemasons have a certain handshake that has to do with the thumb. If you shake hands with someone that does this thumb thing to you, they're probably trying to see if you'll do it back. And if you do it back, they know you're a Freemason. That's literally the easiest way to know someone's a Freemason. Either if they have a lot of money or they do this handshake here. Hold on. Can we get in closer? There we go. See how the thumb is placed right over the little like webbing between the thumb and the index finger? If you have anyone who's ever, unless there's some young dude, they don't know what the fuck they're doing. But if you have any older gentleman or lady, it's usually men though, Freemasons. They do have a female Freemasons. That's like Shriners. That's a whole different sect. But if you see a dude coming up to you and he puts out his hand and does that with his thumb, he's trying to see if you're a Freemason. Master Roshi. That's what I was thinking. Turtle Master. Bogwater and ass crack. He's a TV actor who hunts turtles and such. Yeah, he was a TV internet personality there for a while. Turtle Man. Do Freemasons circle jerk in the woods? Absolutely. But that's more of an Illuminati's thing. So again, like when I say Freemasons, usually when I'm just talking about them and I'm not going to specifics, I'm generalizing. Okay. I generalize sometimes for brevity.
Oh, shit. Oh, that still works? Oh, crowd, bringing all these people in here. What's going on? I didn't even know the voice not worked in here.
Secure the door with your lives.
Thank you for bringing all these truth seekers in here. Dorothy, turn
that shit off. Stop.
Is it gonna stop?
It stopped. Hello, Crow. Welcome. You have just come into the Twilight Zone, a new show in the gaming dojo called CTO, Conveying the Obvious, a new podcast where we ask questions to get answers, to find solutions, to enact on them. Welcome. But thank you, Crow. Hope you had an amazing stream. Tonight is a very different night for the dojo. We are just kind of talking. We're not going into any specifics tonight or any one subject. But we got some new camera angles. We got all sorts of shit, baby. But we did have to build all this from the ground up. As you notice, most of the channel points aren't there. Most of the commands aren't there. Yeah, a whole different show. So if some of you out there don't like to watch gaming streamers like me or Crow, this is a different kind of vibe. This is where you're going to find the hard truths, the answers to your problems. And then we're going to solve the problems together. Oh, you didn't do the thing. Go back. But thank you. Thank you for coming in. Hope you had a great stream. Hello, everybody who came in with Crow. What was the question before? Do Freemasons circle jerk in the woods? Yes, they do. But like I was saying, I'm generalizing Freemasons if I bring them up. If I want to go into more detail, I will. There are different sects of Freemasons. Yes, sects. What was that?
Betul, Ronin. Secure the dojo with your lives.
Secure the dojo with your lives. Help! Help at what? The hell you doing, buddy? Turn it off. I just heard that.
No. Oh, turn it off. Hello, Avant. Welcome. Hold on.
Konnichiwa LMAYORICE1. Thank you for joining the gaming dojo.
Yes, the gaming dojo. The gaming dojo. Thank you for everyone coming in. I was trying to get caught up in chat earlier. Now I got to really get caught up in chat. But thank you, Beautiful Crow and Avant, for the amazing raids. I hope you all had fabulous streams. Again, let me just reiterate. This is Conveying the Obvious, the very first episode of the Gaming Dojo's first real podcast where we ask questions to get answers, to find solutions, and then enact upon them. Yes, we're starting a cult tonight. Cult of personality. But thank you so much for coming in. Thank you so much for following. Who followed? Someone followed. What is that? Ima? Thank you for following, Ima. Thank you for becoming an official Ronin. This is all of this tonight is very unlike anything we normally do. Normally we stream games. We have little ARG events where you interact with the stream, yada, yada. This is more, like I said, the podcast. Tonight, you all are the special guest. We have no one lined up for tonight since it's our first pilot episode. And we're just talking about whatever you all want to talk about. And we're not getting offended by anything. We're not pussyfooting around either. We're being adults. We're being rational and logical. And we're trying to help one another. That's it. And again, I'm the host here, but I could be wrong. If anything I say you all disagree with, feel free to bring it up. If you have a different opinion than what's being said, bring it up. Because you can't find truth through a fucking blinder. You can't have blinders on and find the truth. You have to take off them blinders and, be like a prism. Shine bright like a prism. But thank you for coming in. I appreciate you all coming in, hanging out with me. Thank you. Glitch has a question. Why American are disconnecting from the rest of the world? Can you elaborate on that, Glitch? Do you mean like business ways, culturally speaking? Because again, Glitch is not, and Glitch is asked, so we're talking about a lot of U.S. problems and stuff. But Glitch, he's not from the U.S., and he's like, am I allowed to have an opinion? Am I allowed to talk here? Absolutely. I don't care where you're from. I don't care what opinion you have, what culture you're from. I don't give a shit. I want to hear what you have to say, because any of us could be wrong, and we're trying to figure it out. No one talks about any of this shit in a reasonable way. People just yell at each other online, and then that's the end of it. No, that ain't going to happen here. This is for big boys and girls, okay? This is for big times. Big diaper times. No piss baby diaper. Big baby. I don't know what the fuck I'm saying. But yes, Yvonne, I hope you had a good stream. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate the raid. Yeah, Glitch, elaborate on that a little bit if you wouldn't. And let me go back to chat a little bit. Oh, Addie left. Thank you, Addie, for coming in. I do appreciate it. I'm sorry you can't shut me up like you normally do. You can do that tomorrow. Yeah, we're just talking about different subjects right now. Any subjects, hard subjects, hot subjects, cold subjects. Conspiracy theories, supernatural, technology, history, anything we don't really talk about in the dojo, this is our outlet. So please, talk away. Do not be afraid. Nothing to be afraid of. It's fine. It'll be fine. Okay? Culturally, Well, let me just say, Glitch, from my point of view, this is an opinion, not a fact. See if you all agree. America has always, ever since its inception, America has been a testing ground for the world, a testing ground for humans, human behavior, religion, culture. America has done a lot of things. If not first, they did it right. If not right, then they did it second or third or differently. They did things differently. America is like a sandbox video game. If you want the sandbox level on Earth and in reality, come to America. Or it used to be. So I think that might answer your question, at least from my perspective. I think America is a testing ground to see if certain things, good and bad, will work on the human populace. And then if they do or don't, well, if they do, the rest of the world gets the treatment. And that can be said since pre-World War I. That can be said in a lot of ways. I mean, look how the Westerners changed Japanese people's diet. That's a whole other subject. But I think it's part of a plan. I think it's part of an experiment. We're all part of an experiment. I think it's part of an experiment to see what will work, what won't, for going forward for the globalists, the globalism shit, the World Economic Forum shit. Agenda 2020, ever heard of it? No? Well, you need to. You're living it. But there's big people out there with big plans for the human race. And they're not going to let anyone get in their way unless we all come together. That's the only fucking way. Enough black versus white shit. Enough fucking homo versus straight shit. Enough fucking all this shit. We need to come together because the enemy ain't your neighbor. The enemy ain't the racist down the street. The enemy ain't the trans person downtown. The enemy is right under your fucking nose. Sometimes the enemy is going to be yourself at times. You gotta stop fucking infighting. Where's Patch? Did the Occupy movement not teach anyone anything? That was a worldwide, international, really coming together of all races, creeds, sexualities didn't fucking matter. Identity didn't matter. Because some things are more important than your self-identity. Sorry. I love myself. I'm a fucking narcissist. I'm a sociopath. I love my identity. But there's things out there more important that need to be dealt with. Just saying. And we got to come together. Or we're going to fall together. You understand what I'm saying? How do you think the pyramids were built? That's a good question. Let me just keep going through chat here. Let me just get caught up and we'll go back to that. That started with NATO and Warsaw Pact. Oh boy, yeah. In hopes that they could get everyone on the same page. I'm not for that. Right. We should be celebrating cultures, different cultures. We shouldn't be trying to bring all cultures together to turn it into a brown slop of nothingness. We should be celebrating the differences. Yes. Not make everyone the fucking same. Yes. Thank you. I'm going to get angry. And I'm not angry at you all. I'm angry. I'm just angry. I'm upset and angry. But we'll be okay. I'd rather take my chances living in a universe where Godzilla exists. Yeah, for real. Klaus Schwab, fucking Dr. Evil. Y'all don't know who Klaus Schwab... Well, they have Agenda 2020, and then they have Agenda 2030, and then they have another one. They have many agendas. And they call it an agenda. It's not me calling it that. That's literally what the fuck it's called. The UN. The UN has many agendas. And if we all came together... Yeah, well, you know, it's funny you say that because many elites have been building underground bunkers in cities, especially in Switzerland and Sweden, for decades now. There are literally there's, I think, 150-mile long, I don't know the square miles, but 150-mile long underground city under Sweden, where guess what? You and I ain't going to be going there. Why would they be building underground cities? Do they know something we don't know? Yes, of course they do. But that's a whole other subject. Yeah, it's the slow game, Goddale. It's the slow takeover. They know they can't get away with all their plans right off the bat. So they take fucking baby steps so you don't notice. So the new normal is always your current normal. And when they go to the new normal, it becomes your current normal. And then another new normal, and then another current normal. It's just fucking, they're just chipping away at us. That's what they do. That's what the enemy does. They chip away at you until you give in to their shit. Kings have done it. Corporations do it. All the powerful people have done it throughout history. That's how they fucking, the religious people, the Pope. But going back to what Alterator said, how do I think the pyramids were built? I'd like to hear your all's opinions too. So, again, this is an opinion based on things I've looked up. None of us were alive back then, so none of us would really know. But I don't believe the pyramids were built by the Egyptians that we know of. I believe the Egyptians that we know of moved in after the last ice age kind of receded. I believe the pyramids and many other architectures, especially the ones in South America, were built over 12,000 years ago, right before the last ice age. We could go into that more one day. That's just too much to talk about. But I don't know how they were built. I've heard of possibility that they had a certain type of concrete that they would form the bricks. They wouldn't have to push the bricks up. Like, this is the most logical way they could build the pyramids. Because you know the pyramids had limestone casings, right? All on the outside with a golden top. It didn't look like it does now. None of them look like that. The main three, anyway. But they've done a study where they would pour concrete, which concrete wasn't supposed to be invented back then, but I digress. They poured concrete into the slabs, let it dry, and just keep doing that. And that's how they built it up. That's it. They didn't have to use fucking logs and slaves. The whole slave thing in Egypt, by the way, is a fucking farce. That's a Bible tale, by the way. That's a huge Bible tale. Yeah, there have been slaves forever in every goddamn country. But the amount of slaves that they tried to allude to that was in Egypt back then when the pyramids were being built, big hyperbole. Because there aren't that many fucking mass graves or slave graves. All the graves are like of people that were presented with gifts and that were buried in a very ritualistic way. They weren't just fucking slaves. But that's a whole thing. But I don't think aliens... See, here's the thing. And this is... The enemy is always going to tell you a half-truth. The enemy will never outright lie to you because they know the human brain can catch on to certain things. Okay? So the half-truth here is, for some of the people, for some of the enemies, they're going to say aliens built the pyramids. That's a half-truth. Here's the real truth. We're the aliens. So there you go. Again, all of that, some of that, I mean, I don't have 100% proof on anything I just said, but I have a lot of evidence leading into that being everything I just said, leading into all that being a huge possibility. Especially that there were civilizations, human civilizations, actual civilizations over 12,000 years ago. We've all heard about Atlantis. We've all fucking heard about that. Well, they found out where that was located here recently. They're like very highly certain. All the resources match up, the area, everything matches up, but that's a whole other fucking thing. We just keep getting put into waves of mass psychoses. Yeah. Psychoses are not good. Mass psychoses, even worse. Built by the Anunnaki. Yeah. Now I used to be huge into alien conspiracies back in the day. I've definitely gotten a little slower with that because if aliens exist, I can't do anything about it. So I can't concern myself. I do believe aliens exist. I do believe they've been on Earth, and they are on Earth in multiple ways. But I'm not. That's not going to be one of my main topics of study because what am I going to do? Unless I meet one, there's no reason for me to really look into it too much. But the Anunnaki thing was a huge thing I used to look into. That's a crazy conspiracy about Planet X, the 10th planet of the solar system. I guess the 9th now has a very elliptical orbit around the solar system, and it gets really close to the Earth every few thousand years or so, and that another race of humanoids known as the Anunnaki live on that planet. I've heard that theory. That's a crazy theory. Well, see, Nessie, here's the thing about the three big pyramids, the three main pyramids you all might not know. The three main pyramids of Giza, not once that we know of, not once throughout history did they ever find a tomb or a cadaver or anything that showed that it was a place meant for burial. The three main pyramids of Giza, the biggest ones, never were meant for burial. They were not burial sites. They were not tombs for pharaohs. All the pharaohs were found in the little shitty pyramids that were built after. See, those pyramids were built, those were newer pyramids. The older pyramids, the bigger ones, they've stayed against the test of time because obviously, however we were in the past, we knew a lot more about technology and building shit like that than we do nowadays, or at least compared to the people that built the pyramids, the smaller pyramids after. But the three main pyramids of Giza, I'm not making it up, look it up. Even the Smithsonian says it. All sorts of scientists, archaeologists say it. Not once was a mummy, cadaver, or tomb, or coffin, an actual coffin. They have found boxes that resemble coffins, but they're not coffins. They have nothing in them, never have, never will. Some of them weren't even opened. You know, they could steal shit out of it and tell us there was nothing in it. You never know. But as far as we know, the main three pyramids of Giza were not meant for the burial of pharaohs. They were meant for something far greater than we can understand. And I have a theory on that too, which is based on other scientific data, that they were actually machines that ran on water. They used water. They were on ley lines. The three pyramids were on a ley line of the earth, which is a real thing. And they would use water. They would cascade the water over the limestone, and it would create electricity. And then the water would go inside the pyramid. You know, a lot of ramps in the pyramid, a lot of ramps going up and down, almost like tubing, one could say. The water would just keep circulating itself because there was a lot of water at some point around those pyramids. We know that. Look at the fucking Great Sphinx. The Sphinx has water damage from thousands of years ago, like a great flood happened. But no one talks about that. Yeah. Don't believe everything you hear, like Alcatraz was saying. Don't believe anything you hear. Just have it in your mind as a possibility. That's what I say. Don't believe anything I say. I don't want any of you to... I don't care how convincing I sound or not convincing. Don't believe anything I say. Just look into it yourself. Do your own research. That's kind of a slogan that's been used, and we're going to use it too. Do your own research if you're so inclined. I heard the slaves were built underneath tombs. Right, I don't think so. As far as I know, they never found any slaves or pharaohs built in or underneath the Great Pyramids. You never know. Are the Illuminati live in the Bermuda Triangle? The Illuminati is very much alive, but no, they are not in the Bermuda Triangle. Speaking of ley lines, the Bermuda Triangle is on a ley line that causes electrical malfunctions. Now, whether that's because some people say there's an actual pyramid on the ocean floor right around that area. I don't know if that's true, but it has been proven that electrical interferences do happen within that area. And isn't there like a different type of a devil's triangle or something different? I think there's multiple triangles on the world that causes that sort of phenomenon. Whether it's the Earth's ley lines, whether it could be the electromagnetic field of the Earth is fucked up in that area. It could be something more, scientifically sound. Could be pyramids, long lost technology. Never know. We need to send someone down there. We need to send Pidge at the bottom of the ocean. But there's something going on. Wait a second. There's something going on there. Yeah, I'm not sure why so many things disappear. I think it's the electrical malfunctions. I also think that if it is electromagnetic interference or whatever shit's going on there, they could cause like crazy storms, crazy winds. It'll fuck up your compass. It'll fuck up your GPS system. And then you get lost because you're in the middle of the fucking ocean. So that's what I think anyway. I'm talking about the Tombs of Kings. Sorry, should have been clear. That's where the Book of the Dead was. The Tomb of Kings. So was the Tomb of Kings... That wasn't one of the main 3 pyramids of Giza. Was that one of the newer ones they found? Because they keep finding shit in the desert. Hey, Addie, nope. You're not allowed to do it. Sorry, Addie, you can't talk. You're not allowed to talk in the CTO live set unless you've been invited, sir. That's the rule. Talk to me. Look, Addie say you're going to bed. And I don't even have your reactive image set up, Addie. So tell me in the DM, tell me in chat right now. I know you're still there, buddy. Buddy boy. The Tomb of Kings. Well, let's look that up real quick. You already did tell me that, Addie. I love you, Addie. Absolutely. Thank you, Addie, for coming in. Tomb of Kings. They just keep finding shit out there. Over and over. What we got here? Oh, yeah, this looks beautiful. Right. So this, you can tell that this was a ritualistic area. This was made for some probably sort of burial or marriage or some fucking ritual. Look at all of the... And that's the thing, too, about the main 3 pyramids of Giza. They don't have paintings on the inside. And if they do, they're very minimal. They were not made for anything that we think they were made for. Yeah, Tomb of Kings. The Tomb of Kings. Yeah, there are much smaller tombs, much smaller pyramids that were made, in my opinion, and scientifically speaking, later than the actual bigger pyramids that aren't nearly as destroyed. Rosebuds are red, and Mr. Hands is grass. Bigfoot is real, and he tried to eat my ass. Fascinating. Thank you for the Hebrew, Nessie. The Tombs of Kings, let's see. The Tombs of Kings are a rock-cut funerary complex in East Jerusalem. Oh, yeah, that's not even in Egypt. Believed to be the burial... Wait. Now I'm confused. Burial site of Queen Helen of Adiabene. Hence, Helena's monuments. The tombs are located 820 meters, half a mile north of Jerusalem's oldest city walls in the Sheikh Jarrah neighborhoods. Well, now you've just confused the shit out of me. Did I put Valley of Kings? Hold on. Oh, I put the Tomb of Kings. I'm confused, Nessie. The Tomb of Kings is in Jerusalem? Show me. No, it says the Valley of the Kings in the Tomb of Kings is in the Valley of the Kings. Well, that's what it says right here. It says the Valley of the Kings is a valley in Egypt. Whatever. Where the fuck is Jerusalem? I thought it was in Israel. Oh, that's right. They had to rebuild in Israel/Pakistan. I am fucking confused. Oh, old Israel. Oh, old. Well, look, Jerusalem's up here. So what the fuck are you saying, Nessie Samalama? Yeah, you can't believe everything on the internet. Not even these fucking maps. Well, it says the Valley of the Kings and Tomb of the Kings is in Egypt, and then Jerusalem's up here. So I don't know where the fuck you got that from. I'm very confused now. I think no matter what race you are, I think at some point you were a Kang. Your ancestors was a Kang in some way. I think we were all Kangs. Shit. I love that meme. Yeah. Well, regardless of the location, which does matter to some point, regardless of that, the main 3 pyramids of Giza, I think, were built with knowledge that maybe is akin to our modern day knowledge or surpassed it, but they didn't have to use high-end technology to achieve it. I don't know. I mean, some of those cuts, if they didn't do the whole concrete thing I was telling you about and they'd cut rock and put the rocks, each brick up to make it, then yeah, they obviously had to have some sort of technology, because you cannot cut that type of rock with copper and bronze tools. It's impossible. You can't. Even with water techniques, you can't do it. And also, all the rocks that were used in the Great Pyramids of Giza were from mountains over 200 miles away. Which, again, back then, people didn't really have much to do. But still, like, really? Like, that... There's something not right. Yeah, don't listen... Oh, yeah. One thing about Wikipedia, I'm going to go ahead and say it right now. Wikipedia for CTO, and hopefully your all's lives, it will never be a source of actual truth. Wikipedia is sourced and paid by a certain country, and I can prove it. There are scholarships. That's the whole thing. You can literally get a free scholarship to school if you become a Wikipedia editor while living in a certain country. That's all I'm going to say. There's commercials for it. You can go find out for yourself. But Wikipedia will be for us just another source to kind of compare and contrast other data we find. So yeah, let's not try to copy and paste from Wikipedia, if at all possible. I'll use it for us so we can compare and contrast the mass generalized understanding of things versus the possible truth. But it's not good. And it gets edited. Anyone can really edit it, as long as the other editors on the other end allow the edits to happen. History Channel, History Channel is a subsidiary of Disney. So, your dick could cut the rocks? Well, maybe it was Godzilla all along who made the pyramids. He likes to fuck a good rock. He likes to get rock hard. We're having a good time. It's already been 2 hours. This is exactly what I wanted, y'all. We're going to have a little bit of additions here and there, guest stars, some more, some visuals, some minimal visuals and stuff, some more interactions, but it's exactly how I wanted it to go. We're already 2 hours in. Might as well finish it out with the 3 hours. I don't know what to talk about. There's so many things to talk about, and I think I've talked a lot. But if anyone wants to be a guest for tonight's first pilot show, and you're in the Discord, can we get the Discord link? I'll do it. Don't worry about it. If you want to pop in, I'll give you a reactive image. If you pop in, you got to talk. You can't just sit there, or I'll fucking turn you off like I did V, although V wanted to talk. V, if you're still out there, you want to talk? V, I know we don't agree on everything, and that's what I want. But if you want to come here and talk to Mr. Darling, oh, I just spilt coffee over me. That's a big cup. Look at that. It's bigger than my head. But if anyone in the next hour wants to jump in, talk to me, voice to voice, I'll set up reactive image in here and we'll have you. But if not, I understand. It's all good. I'm a pussy destroyer. E-thoughts don't count, bruh. I love you. Why education and healthcare in the U.S. is so expensive? That's not a bad question. Apparently because we discover most of the medical prescriptions, we charge our people most to cover the cost of research. Yeah. Well, I have a slightly different answer. Voice to voice. Dick to dick. Oh. Well, let's compare, okay? Let's compare Canadian, because we do have some Canadians in here from time to time. Let's compare Canadian healthcare to U.S. healthcare. Supposedly, Canadian healthcare is a socialistic sort of healthcare where everyone, like you don't have to pay for healthcare, the government pays for you, but you get some of the shittiest healthcare out there and you have to wait for it. You know, I might be generalizing, of course, but that sounds like American healthcare to me. But the reason they say you need to pay for healthcare and surgeries more in the U.S. than others is because we have the most trained doctors. We have some of the best colleges when it comes to PhDs and doctorates. They say it's because you get what you pay for, right? It's a sort of you get what you pay more, you're going to get a better thing. That ain't true. It's slightly true. All that is slightly true. Yes, we have great colleges, whatever the fuck. But, you know, these people that come out of these colleges, some of them, they only know what they're taught. They don't actually have any critical thinking skills. Most doctors out there don't have critical thinking skills. They just regurgitate what they were told, the doctrine, the dogma that they were told, that they paid 8 years for. They don't have any thinking skills. They don't think beyond their education. But it's a farce. It's because of many reasons, because of things Nessie said, because things I just said. But it's also a scam. And let me tell you why. Most diseases come from what? Nessie, you're not allowed to answer. You're allowed to answer last. Does anyone know where most human-based diseases come from? Of course, there's like a top 3, top 5. I'm talking about the number 1. What is the number 1? And if you don't know, that's fine. It's fine not to know. What is the number 1 cause of most human-based diseases? And also happens in animals, too, if that happens to them. Well, it's paid for taxes, at least in the UK. Well, see, that's the thing, too. We pay into our insurance, but sometimes we'll get nothing out of it, and we still have to pay co-pays and shit. It's bullshit. Oh, yeah. No matter where you live, you're paying one way or another. A lab, ligma, food, what you eat. You may not believe it, may not want to believe it. It's literally what humans eat. And I'm not trying to espouse veganism or vegetarianism here necessarily, but specific, and I'm at fault for this too. It's the processed fucking foods. It's what we're being told every day. It's what we tell ourselves. It's the chemicals. It's the processed shit. You're eating dead chemicals. You're eating dead shit and dead chemicals. You're eating synthetic chemicals and dead shit combined. And here's the difference between meat eaters and vegetarianisms. Meat eaters eat dead shit, and they think it's cool. Vegetarianists, well, we eat things that are alive. And that's the big difference. If you eat live produce, live nuts, live whole foods, you're going to be a healthier human being because that's what your body understands. Your body doesn't understand all these fucking chemicals, hence heart disease from cholesterol. And fucking brain damage and arthritis and fucking dementia. What is it called, Nessie? Dementia is now known as type 3 diabetes. What does diabetes come from? Sugar, salt, and fats. Cancer. Some cancers come from radiation and other things, yes. But most cancers, especially bowel and colon cancers, come from one's diet. And I'm to blame too. I still drink a shit ton of soda, still drink a shit ton of coffee. I don't eat the best shit. I still eat frozen foods, which frozen foods you need to stay away from. If you're trying to get healthy, do not eat anything frozen. Ever. Ever. Ever, ever, ever. Or at least for a while trying to get healthy. But it's the foods. And this is how I'm tying into the doctor shit. Name one doctor you've ever met, other than telling you need to eat more fruits and vegetables, as all doctors say, it's even on billboards. But name one doctor you've ever met. And if you have met one like this, that's amazing. Name one doctor you've ever met that told you you needed to eat better and told you exactly what to eat and how to eat. A nutritionist, basically. I'm guessing 100% of you out there have not, unless you've gone to a nutritionist. That's the thing. They fucking know what makes us sick. And they know how to keep us sick. There's your answer, Glitch. They know what keeps us sick. They know how to keep us sick. And they make money from keeping us sick. So guess what? They're also going to make money from curing us. And then they know we're going to make ourselves sick again by the shit we eat, the shit we do. Never ending. It never fucking ends in that sort of system. Big Pharma, Big Food and Big Pharma are now combined. Monsanto, Bayer, and most farmers where you get your food, they're all the same conglomerate. Monsanto makes your food. Do you know who Monsanto is? They don't exist anymore. They're now at Bayer. They got bought out by Bayer because Monsanto, right before COVID, went through a hell of a fucking court case that destroyed them publicly. But they still had money, power, so Bayer bought them out. Now the people who make medicine and Monsanto who makes bug repellent and all this other crazy shit. I think they even made fucking Agent Orange in Vietnam. You even know what the fuck that Agent Orange? Same people who's making chemical weapons make your food. Let me get in close here. The same people making your food have and do make chemical weapons. Well, you can't consolidate those two, Yeti. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. And they do. It's fucked. Red 40. If you see right, Alcatraz. If you see a name of a color and a number next to it, don't eat it. I probably got something around me that has some sort of color. And not all coloring is bad, but most of it's synthetic shit. Some of it's from beaver anus. Did you all know the Mountain Dew color comes from beaver anus glands? Mountain Dew, Venus anus. I'm not joking. You know where Pepsi gets its flavoring from? Baby stem cells. Human baby stem cells. Look it up. But regardless of all that, yeah, don't drink color number 39 or whatever the fuck. Yeah, U.S. is known to put a shit ton of stuff in our food that other countries, it's illegal. And I assume Glitch can agree on this since they're from a different country, but the FDA is a monster. The FDA has killed more people than anyone, because the FDA not only they allow certain foods, certain products, all sorts of things to pass into the masses. They're the ones to truly blame. You got the people making the shit, but the FDA passes it for our consumption. If you want to fight someone, let's all go fight the FDA. Let's fight all the alphabet mafias. It's crazy. Why body positivity is good, according to why, but it all falls in the same thing, Glitch. It's an experiment. They're trying to make us weak. I understand and agree with the idea of body positivity. If you have a shitty, like if you're disabled or you're ugly, you got jacked up teeth or whatever, but no one's born fat. I'm sorry. Being fat is not good. It kills you. You want to see x-rays? Do you want to see the strain your skeleton undergoes when you have an excess of 100 to 300 pounds of fat on your skeleton? That's where other cancers come from. That's why your fucking spine is breaking. That's why your legs are fucking breaking. That's why you're tired all the time. It's not good, and it's not normal. It's not healthy. Now, if you want to be fat, that's your prerogative. You ain't bothering me. But you got to realize it's not a healthy thing, and you can't pretend it is. You can be okay with being fat, and I can be okay with you being fat. But you can't try to convince me or anyone else around you it's okay and healthy to be overweight. Like by 100 to 300 pounds or more. Now, some people can wear it good. Now, I'm going to call out some people here. Titty Fish and Alcatraz, they're bigger boys. But let me say, they're tall as fuck. They're stout, and they wear it pretty well. Now, I think both of them, and I know says he wants to lose weight. I think both of them could lose weight and make them more handsome. They're already handsome boys. Make them more handsome, make them feel better. But you all wear it well because you're tall. You've got a bigger bone structure to be able to handle all that weight. But like normal shorties like me, between 5 foot and 5'11", that excess weight is really, really strenuous on your heart, on your bones, on your muscles, on your life, on your mind. And then people are like, well, I need airplane seats that can carry 500-pound people. No, you need to lose fucking weight. We're not going to build doors for 500-pound people. That's crazy. How is that not crazy to people? That's insane. I'm sorry if it hurts your feelings or hurts someone's feelings, but sometimes your feelings have to be hurt for you to make the right decisions in life. Just the bare bones, natural, normal decisions of being in. You only got one life. Let me stop being so. I'm not angry. I'm just passionate. You only got one life as yourself, whether it's reincarnation, the universe loops, whatever. But you, as you right now, with all of these experiences you've had in your life, you only get to do it once. So at least with your own mind and body, try to be a healthier person. I'm telling myself this too. I'm smoking fucking cigars, for crying out loud, with no filter. Okay? Again, I would never get mad at you all for doing something if I haven't done it before or if I don't do it now. Because I'm mad at myself too. I need to get healthier. I'm about to have a kid. I got to get fucking healthy. Now I have a reason to be healthier. Because I don't want to die when my kid's 10. Got to think about ourselves in good ways. Stop fucking making excuses for ourselves for the bad shit we do to ourselves. It's not good. And I'm telling myself that. Like sugar. Sugar is like the biggest. I'd rather you do heroin than consume sugar. Sorry. I had to go into it. It's not good. And again, you all, this is the land of the free, right? As Don Roddy would say, don't tread on me. Absolutely. I agree with that. But you can't expect those around you to be okay with really bad life decisions that you're making. And that goes with everything. Drug addiction, obesity, just any stupid shit you do that hurts you and maybe hurts those around you. Got to re-examine it. And again, I'm talking about myself too. And I don't think it's hypocritical. I think it's not experience. What's the word? Insightful. I think it's insightful. Not hypocritical. Maybe it's both. Yellow 6. Yes, yellow number 6 is from beaver anus glands. So next time, Godzilla, you drink Mountain Dew, you're literally sucking on a beaver's asshole. Thank you. I know you like that. Doctors only get 1 hour nutrition education in their curriculum. Yeah, and that we know why. Doctors are trained to deal with this. You know you can cure most human diseases with food. That has been scientifically proven in every single country that you can think of. From different peer-reviewed studies. Like from different people trying to figure out different things and had different ideals. They all, like the China study, amazing book. There's also a documentary out there. Don't let the word China scare you. But the China study, amazing study. And it's fucking true. It doesn't matter what race you are, what gender you are. Food affects all of us exactly the same way. Now, it's possible humans could evolve to a point where our body's okay with all the synthetic chemicals, but that's going to take like decades, if not hundreds, if not thousands of fucking years. Y'all willing to be sickly motherfuckers? Like remember the movie Wall-E? Where you got all the overbeast, sick people in the little chairs getting fed and shit. That's going to be us in like 20 years if we're not careful. And I know some of you are like, hell yeah. No, hell no. It's not good. Conveniences just make you weak. The more convenient something is, the easier it is, but it makes you weaker. It does not strengthen you. Big Pharma, more like Big Futas. Oh, baby. Same chemicals that turn the frogs gay. You know, here, look at this. Most people don't believe me. Y'all ever heard of the gay bomb? Now, I am going to wiki for this, and they changed the wiki. The gay bomb was this is what Alex Jones was talking about. Everyone made fun of him for this, but he was speaking the truth. He probably should have said it in a different way, of which he did, but most people only heard the freaking frogs are gay part. The gay bomb, and I'm not going to read some of this here because they changed this into a lie. It used to be the actual thing. But the gay bomb was not Pulitzer Prize winner. It was what was it? Peace. What's the thing Obama? Yeah, a Nobel Peace Prize. Now they're saying here, Wright Laboratory won the satirical 2007 Nobel Peace Prize for this. No. They won the actual Nobel Peace Prize. It was on the Nobel Peace Prize list of their official site. They took it off of their official site. Maybe they made a mistake. Maybe they thought it was real and it wasn't. I don't know. But yeah. The gay bomb was an invention, a military weapon that they would put in the water sources of other soldiers to make them more docile, to kind of turn them a little gay, little feminine, to make them not want to fight. That's a real thing. Also known as now if we were to look up the halitosis bomb, then maybe it would give us more information. I guess, let's look that up. But the gay bomb technology is real. Oh, it's the same fucking thing. Okay. Well, fuck Wiki. I'm not doing it. But yeah. You know, and you can go look this up too. You can literally go look up the meeting right before COVID hit. No, this was a little later than that. Around the whole Afghanistan, Iraq invasion and stuff, scientists were trying to figure out if there was a certain gene or neuron in the brain that made people more religious than others, more spiritual than others. And they found it. So the next step was they found, how could we get rid of this? And their idea was they wanted to get rid of the religious gene inside Muslims to make them not want to car bomb people. I'm not making this up. I am not. They were trying to get rid of Muslim, not all Muslims, obviously. The Muslims they were fighting, the Islamists, extremists, all that, the extremists. They were trying to find a way to make the extremists docile. So they tried to make it, and they probably succeeded, to be honest. That's probably why there's not as much fighting. then again, the Taliban came back. But anyway, they made a technology, or we're talking about it at least, showing slideshows and stuff, of a chemical they could put in the water system that would get rid of the religious fervor of these Islamic terrorists. Get rid of your connection to God, as they put it. They also called it the God gene, to get rid of the God gene, which is another conspiracy. They were realistically talking. Bill Gates was in this meeting, by the way. If we can find the video, they probably scrubbed it. But if they were talking about that shit 15 years ago, you don't think they have that shit now and worse? May I suggest that none of us know what the fuck's going on, myself included. I've tried my hardest. But there's so many ways they're fighting us. There's so many ways the enemy is attacking us through our food we eat, through the propaganda we see every fucking day, through the indoctrination of our friends and family. We are getting bombarded and attacked on all sides every single day from birth to death. If that doesn't make you wake the fuck up and want to fight the real enemy, I don't know what to tell you. Then I guess you're fine. Then you're fine. Fuck it. Fuck it, right? But the rest of us, we want answers and we want change. We want real change. We don't want BLM change. We don't want trans rights change. We want human rights change. All humans. This division has gone on long enough. Y'all want equality? Stop putting each other into fucking boxes. Especially yourself. Can't do it. Can't do it. Going back to chat. I apologize. You know, again, CTO is literally my outlet for ranting. Because I don't want to rant during our games. I want us to have fun. I don't want to rant this shit. Because I will. The cause of 90% of obesity in the U.S. is overeating. Right. And it's not even necessarily about the stuff we're eating. Like, you can eat meat. Eat meat necessarily isn't necessarily... It can be bad for you. Like Nessie's saying, it's the quantity of the shitty foods we're eating. If people more balanced out the better foods with the shitty food... That's fine. I'm not saying go full straight edge and never eat a steak again, never eat a Reese's cup again, never have a soda again. I'm not saying that. That's extremism. And extremism usually is self-defeating. But it's the balance, the amount you intake, yes? There are very few cases a medical condition prevents weight loss. Yeah, it's the food. Exercise is not going to make you lose weight. It will help, but it's the food. You have to change your diet. It's just, that's the truth. It fucking sucks. You got to work on it. It fucking sucks. I don't want to work out. I fucking hate working out. You know, if I work out, I'm going to go hiking or swimming or something. I don't like working out. It's fucking boring. Yeah. Sprinkle some crack on it instead of sugar. Absolutely. Jesse, we need to cook. Oh, I eat ass. Ass is very healthy. Ass is both alive and scrumptious. So you're fine there, Godzilla. As long as they wipe. What do you got, Nessie? Yes, Nessie, I saw that. I love Adam Ruins Everything. You know he got bought out, right? Like, he was saying some crazy shit on the Truth Network. And I was like, how is he getting away with this? And then I think someone bought out his show, or the channel got bought out or something. I know Truth TV got fucked. I know that. Although you think that they'd be more likely to fight for each other if they became more attracted to one another. Because they'd be more bonded. True. Oh, yeah, that's the point. It's almost as if they purposely make food non-filling. Right. So you eat more of it. Right. So here's a good example. Fruit juice. You know fruit juice is bad for you, right? Does everyone know that? Fruit juice is horrible for you. If you think drinking fruit juice or a fruit smoothie is going to make you better, make you more healthy, I got 10 bridges to sell you. So get this. And, Nessie would probably explain this better than I could. But let's say fruit juice has 4 apples in it. Apple juice. Let's say a cup of apple juice has 4 apples in it. Or 4 condensed apples, right? No pulp, just the juice, whatever. Versus 4 apples. You're going to be, once you get to that 3rd apple, you're going to be like, fuck, I'm full. But once you drink that 1 cup of apple juice, you'll probably want 2 or 3 more cups. But there's so much sugar you're intaking, and you're consuming so much within a small amount of time, whereas nature intended for you to take your time while you're eating. You're not supposed to eat shit fast. Food is supposed to be hard to eat. You know, if your jaw is weak, the rest of your body's weak. That's a whole fucking conspiracy. It's not a conspiracy. It's a fucking evolutionary thing. But that's why people chew gum after there for a while. That's why a lot of foods are hard, like nuts and apples. But meat isn't hard. Meat, it doesn't like steak. Some steak is chewy, right? Like even if it's like well done, it takes a lot to chew. That's okay. But you got to have hard things that make your jaw strong, because a strong jaw helps with mental. Like it's crazy the studies they've done it. Like it helps with mental clarity. It helps with a lot of shit. I don't want to get into the whole jaw conspiracy thing, but it's the amount you eat and what you're eating. And with the whole fruit juice versus fruit comparison, there you go. You're not supposed to be intaking so many fucking apples within you're not supposed to drink 6 apples in 30 seconds. You know what I mean? I think it makes sense, yes? Good news. The Little Mermaid flopped. Oh, yeah. Hell yeah. Well, we all knew it was going to. And it wasn't because Ariel was black either. That was just part of it. Hey, what if we whitewashed some black people in movies? Should we? You know what we should do? White people? Hey, white-skinned people. Light-skinned people. Even if you're black and light-skinned, I'm talking to you. We should take the movie Friday and turn everyone into a white person. You think that'd be okay? You think that'd be okay? I would like it. I think it'd be fun. I love the movie Friday. Let's see a white Irish ghetto Friday. Would they be okay with it? Are they supposed to be okay with it? Speaking of that, Alt, because our food is so processed, our brain's natural system to determine how how calorically dense a food that item is thrown off by that, because we don't know what we're eating. So a cheeseburger, we can eat like 2 or 3, and that's about 500 calories each. I know what you're saying, right? And sometimes we don't know how much we're eating. Sometimes we'll think a bag of pretzels is maybe 1 or 2 servings, when in reality it's like 20 servings, and you just ate the whole fucking bag in one sitting. That's too much. That's almost like addiction to food. That is telltale symptoms of addiction, where you have to keep going, and you don't feel good, and you got to keep going, and then luckily your body stops you at some point, unlike addiction, where you can just keep going until you pass the fuck out with heroin or whatever. But yeah. Again, I'm not here to piss you all off, and I'm not here to coddle you. I'm here to help. CTO is here to help you and to help me. We all help each other get through these hard truths and deal with it. And again, if you disagree with anything I'm saying, please tell me. I'm not sitting here saying I know everything. I know lots, but I don't. The more you know, the more you figure out you don't know anything. How about that? That's an old quote. That's not original. The more you know, the more you find out you don't know anything. Or you barely know anything. There you go. Barely know anything. Oh, God. Kombucha enema. I'd probably rather have a kombucha enema than put it in my mouth. I'll tell you that. Malibu's Most Wanted. Oh, really? They have a white person Friday? Hold on. Oh, is that a show? Oh, no, it is a movie. Wait a minute. Wait, oh, is that? Hold on. Jamie Kennedy. Well, he was the pardon my vernacular, but it is a word. He was the Wigger in Trailer Park Boys. Snoop Dogg's in it. Ryan O'Neal. Now, I've never heard of this. 2003. Well, I'll keep it in my queue. I grew up on movies like that. Fucking Don't Be a Menace to South Central, Friday, all those movies with Ice Cube in them. I grew up on that shit. I didn't like... What was that movie about the plane? Snoop Dogg's plane or something? No, that was a parody. That was the Boondocks making a parody. What's that movie about the ghetto plane? The gangsta ghetto plane? I didn't like that one. I didn't like the barbershop one either. The cheap food is the most bad food. Absolutely, and that's the thing too. The more poor you are, the worse food you're eating. And that tells you how they feel about poor people. They've hated poor people. The enemy has hated poor people since the dawn of time. You know, there's really no such thing as racism or speciesism or any of the isms, ableism. None of that shit really exists. That's all in your fucking head. It really is. All that shit. I don't care what you have to say. Now, I might be wrong about this, but you know what's real? You You know what's always been real, physically, measurably real? Classism. Now, that's one thing Karl Marx had correct. I used to read a lot of Karl Marx when I was more of a leftoid or whatever you want to say. But Karl Marx, that was absolutely correct. Classism is prevalent in all cultures everywhere. At least it has some sort of big government or something. That's the real enemy. The real enemy there is how they divide us by class. And then it just all like has its own little classes within each class. Yes, you can be racist, you can be ableist, whatever the fuck all that is, but it doesn't really, it's an idea, right? I guess one way to be a racist in action is to go lynch a black person if you're white. That's pretty racist. That's real. I can agree with that. But the real division all of us regular people face is classism. Poor or not poor. And most of us are poor. That's why they call them the 1%. The 1% have everything, and we are all scraping by. If only the poor people could get together. That's all I'm saying. Snakes on a Plane. Was that it? No. I'm thinking Soul Plane. Yeah. Hello, Legend Master. Welcome to a very new show in the dojo. It's a podcast where we just talk about all sorts of wild shit. Today's the first episode. Not everything's built. We've got some things running. But I appreciate you coming in. Hopefully you can add to the conversation or learn something with us. But this show is all about not impressing my opinion on you all, but finding out answers we can all come to terms with. That's the purpose. Soul Plane. Yeah, I didn't like Soul Plane. Maybe I need to go back and watch it. The American food portion is reduced. Well, see, I thought so hold on. Are you saying in other countries, or especially your country, the portions, the servings are bigger than what you see in America? Because that's interesting. Yeah, because our portion size are very large as far as we know, but maybe compared to other countries, it's not. Yes, Legend Master. So we don't have the zoom ins in the gaming dojo, but we have it here. It's very easy to do. Legend, do you stream Legend? I'm sorry to ask that. No offense. If you do stream and you want to know how to do this, very fucking easy. I spent years trying to figure this out, and then last night I did in 5 fucking minutes. I was like, wait, what if I did this? Oh, it works. Yeah, very easy. But thank you for coming in. Look at the Titanic. Huh? What about the Titanic? And then there's Kraft cheese slices. Oh my God, dude. Processed cheese and processed meat. Like chicken nuggets from McDonald's. Y'all know what you're eating? Are you okay with that? Do you hate yourself that much? And that's the thing too. I think a lot of people actually hate themselves nowadays. A lot of people that propose that they love themselves, they're body positive, this and that. I think they actually hate themselves. But they get clout socially for being a victim. So they ride the victim bandwagon into eternity. But how could you love yourself when you're killing yourself slowly? That's not love. That's not how you love yourself, by killing your fucking self. If you're gonna if you love yourself and you want to kill yourself, then you need to sacrifice yourself for someone else. That's the only fucking way that makes any goddamn sense. At that point, you don't care about yourself, you care about someone else more than yourself. Which I think is one of the highest honors a human being could ever do for another, is sacrifice themselves for someone else. That's true strength. Not being a fucking victim. Sacrifice. Self-sacrifice. That's ethically sound. Being a victim and riding coattails and getting espoused for it, getting clapped for being a victim, that's not ethically sound. It's not right. And it's destructive. It's destructive for you. It's destructive for everyone around you. And I've been a victim. I played the victim card for a while there. Didn't work out for me. I probably would nowadays, but then again, I'm white, straight male, so too much privilege. We're going to talk about the whole white bullshit. I am so fucking tired of hearing people being racist against white people. If you don't stand up, if you're only stand up for blacks or Asians or Mexicans being racist against and not white people, you're the fucking racist. Because I don't have fucking white privilege. I've been poor my whole life. Anything I've had, I had to work for myself. And I bet 99% of people in the world, no matter your color, it feels the same way. I have white privilege in a white country. Japanese people have Japanese privilege in a Japanese country. Iraqis have Iraqi privilege in an Iraqi country. See how that works? But the biggest privilege of all, going back to classism, is the real privilege is when you have money. Money is the only true, real privilege. Because it doesn't matter what race you are, gender, whatever. You got money, you got the world by the balls. You got contacts and money. You got privilege. If you ain't got money, you ain't got no fucking privilege. I'm sorry. You stop being racist against whites, racist against fucking anyone. It's their race. They can't help. Someone can help being fat, but someone can't help being black. It's fucking retarded. Someone can't help being white, but someone can help chopping off their arms because they think they're supposed to be disabled. You get it? Do y'all forget what Martin Luther King fucking said? It ain't about the skin of your color, about the content of your fucking character. Did y'all fucking forget what Malcolm X said? What the fuck did they die for? Thank you. Fuck! All right, going back. What did they die for? Just so you can fucking, like, oh, Martin Luther King said, well, no, you niggas don't remember what Martin Luther King said. You're fucking racist all over again. Everyone's racist all over again. Why? What the fuck happened? Did George Floyd, a fucking known felon and pregnant woman beater dying at the hands of a cop, was it really that big of a fucking deal to make us all racist again? It was the cop that was the son of a bitch. It was George Floyd that was the son of a bitch. I watched the whole 2 hour, you know that whole incident was 2 hours, right? Did you all watch the whole fucking 2 hour incident of George Floyd? George Floyd was in the wrong. The cops were in the wrong. It was no racism. They fucking knew each other. George Floyd and the cop that killed him knew each other. They worked with each other in fucking bars as bouncers and shit. There was something else going on there. We are not talking about George Floyd tonight. That is way too big. But the racism needs to stop on all sides. Stop it. Hate someone else for being stupid. If someone's retarded and they're proud of being retarded, that's where I draw the line. If someone's retarded and they know they're retarded, like actually stupid, not retarded, but if someone's stupid and they choose to be stupid, that's where I'm the ist. I'm stupidist. I hate stupid fucking people that choose to be stupid, choose to ignore reality. That's what I hate. Everything else is up in the air. I don't care how long your hair is. I don't care about your skin color. I don't care how wide your vagina is. Jesus Christ. I don't even care if you have a vagina or not. Who cares? Get a hobby. Getting caught up in chat. I apologize. Let's see here. Yeah, big servings in U.S. Side note, judgment in small communities used to be the ruling factor of what people kept on the straight and narrow. Right. See, okay. And now some of you are going to be surprised I'm going to say this because I think some of you think I'm a rightist or I'm more lean to the right. I don't lean any fucking where. Okay. I stand straight up right on top of that fence, baby. I stand on top of that fence between the different sides. God damn it. And my feet hurt. But communism can work. Did he just say that? Yes, I did. Communism can absolutely work under two conditions. One, the populace of which the communists and commune has to be around 10,000 or less. And there can't be any overarching government. As Nessie is saying, communism can only be run by the people. If you have a government in a communist nation, guess what? That's not communism. That's something entirely fucking different, and they hide it behind the word communism. But yeah, communism can work in small communes, 10,000 people or less, with people keeping themselves in check. You all know the Constitution talks nothing about an overarching federal police force. They talk about, what's the word? It's where people, Alcatraz may know what I'm talking about. It's where people come together with guns, and it's like a night watch. What is that called? It's in the Constitution. Can't remember the word. But we are constitutionally bound to keep ourselves and each other in line. We're not supposed to have an overarching federal or state-based police forces. Now, if you're for defund the police, I'm for defunding the police as long as we transfer all that to ourselves, the knowledge, experience, and the guns and everything. I'm all for it. But if we're going to have a police force, don't defund them. That's retarded. Are you retarded? Give them more money so they have more fucking training. But that's a whole other subject. Y'all, we have too many subjects to go over. Oh my God, we're going to have so many episodes coming up. I'm sorry, I keep moving from thing to thing. But yeah. Like Nessie was saying, let's see. Now the internet is where judgment comes from. So now we have no outside judgment that impresses morals on us as strongly as the internet. Absolutely. You fucking said it absolutely correct. Fun fact, Rosa Parks wasn't the first. I doubt she was. That was a George Floyd incident. Not saying she got killed by a cop, but that it's fake. Okay, people? And if it wasn't fake, it was taken advantage of. Well, Malcolm X was more of a Black Panther. Malcolm X kind of hated white. Well, Malcolm X hated white people. All Black Panthers extreme. Y'all think the KKK's bad? Go look at the Black Panthers. They're both equally horrible institutions. But Malcolm X was a little bit less about the killing of whites and more about trying to come together than his other brethren, although he was pretty extreme. Claudette Colvin. I don't know who that is. George Floyd was a porn star. Yeah, he was. I saw him in a porn. Y'all can see exact same tattoos on him. You know George Floyd had a Freemason tattoo on his chest, right? Double-headed eagle. And I doubt he got it because of the Russians, because it's a Russian symbol too. But the double-headed eagle is a Adam Weishaupt, a Bavarian Illuminati Freemason symbol. George Floyd had a giant double-headed eagle tattooed on his chest. Just saying. Didn't say. I'm not saying him dying was fake, but it wasn't. That's a whole other subject. Are Amish civilizations yes, they are. I would say Amish civilizations are peak socialism / communism. It's socialism and communism that works. Yeah, I've never even thought of that. I would say yes. I don't know if that's absolutely true, but I would say yes. It's communism that works. I watch in the media in the U.S. that kids get exposed to drag shows and educate sex change in early age. So now V would probably agree with me here. Some of that is propaganda. You got one side pushing that they hate it. You got the other side pushing that they love it. Both sides are wrong. Both sides, they'll latch on to one instance and make everyone think there's a billion instances of it. Not to say that doesn't happen. Yes, there are drag queen story hour. Yes, there's all the pride shows with kids and dudes' dongs hanging out and all that. Yes, all that happens. And some of the propaganda, hell, there's even kids' books that are put into schools. It can be found. I don't think it's happening at an alarming rate as most people think in reality, but the news, that's the voice box of the enemy, the propaganda machine. The news the news is all about alarming people, yes? Doesn't matter what side you're on. They want to alarm you, to make you feel angry or upset at your neighbor so you never fight the enemy. That's the whole point of fucking the news. It's the whole point of entertainment nowadays, actually. But, yeah, it does happen, but I personally don't think it happens as much as they make it out to be. But again, they're trying to sow dissent and chaos. So, of course, the news is going to make it seem like it's happening every fucking where. But, the United States is a pretty big country, and almost every state is very different from one another. So I'm sure in some states that ain't going to fucking fly. It's going to be the more progressive coastal states, Glitch, you should join the Discord. Yeah, Glitch, we got a Discord if you want to join. Feel free. You don't have to say anything, especially tonight in there. But if you like talking about this stuff, we talk about this stuff too. We talk about games, talk about all sorts of shit, porn, everything. So join if you want to. I've also heard that the U.S. military looks down heavily on the U.S. police forces. Well, absolutely, probably. Well, a lot of the U.S. police force, this might be generalized. I would say half of the police force, at least 10 years ago and before, were from the military. Because some soldiers get out, they can't find a job. The closest thing they can get is Peace Corps, police officer. So yeah, they're probably seen as like the babies. But ironically, a lot of police officers probably have military training. They're probably from the military. The quote you said was, no, I know the quote was, but I was just talking about, right, Nessie, no, you're correct. But I was just talking about, the rights movement, the civil rights movement, the equality movement back in the 60s and 70s, and some of the forefront, the figureheads, you could say, of that movement. They all kind of had the same theme of, stop judging me by my fucking color. Calling a white woman Karen is racist? Because we can look it up. Karen is not used for any other race but white women. And I know plenty of other women of other skin colors that act like Karens. But if you go look up the actual definition on Wiki and stuff, it'll be like, it's a derogatory statement against white people. Oh, that's cool that can fly. Give me a break. 10 minutes? Is that all we have? Christ. Really? But I want to talk. Hell, it's fucking 11 o'clock. Wow. Man, we've gone over so many subjects tonight, and I think we've scared off a lot of people. We got raided twice in a row, and only one person followed from those two raids. So I know we scared off a lot of people, but that's fine. A lot of people they don't want to hear the truth. A lot of people just want to be entertained. They just want to laugh and feel good. Good vibes only. Fuck that shit. I'm here for real vibes. I'm here for good, bad, and real vibes. I'm here for reality with a dose of fun and fiction. You know what I mean? If we didn't, oh yeah, we do have to go get cat food. You're right. Well, gee, I've had a fascinating time tonight. Glitch, I appreciate you coming in and giving us your perspective, asking questions. I hope I hope any of you learned something tonight. And if you didn't learn something, then you're on the right path, I think, already. Might just wrap it up in just a second. Again, we don't have any outros, don't have any credits or anything. I do have a button that gets us out of here in a minute. But yeah, folks, do not be afraid of being wrong. Let's get close. Never, ever be afraid of the possibility of being wrong, because we're only human in this respect. I don't think we're only humans, but in this respect, for this context, we're only human. We can't expect ourselves to be perfect, whatever that means. We can't expect ourselves to know every fucking thing. And we certainly can't expect ourselves to be right all the time when we're surrounded by lies everywhere. Lies that hurt. Lies that coddle. I'd rather face... How can I put this? I'd rather face a horrible lie. No, I'd rather face a beautiful lie than a horrible truth. No, I'm saying it the opposite. I forget my old saying. I would rather face a horrible lie than a beautiful... I would rather face the horrible truth than a beautiful lie. I'm going to say it again. I would rather face a horrible truth than a beautiful lie. There you go. Sorry, I've talked for like 3 hours straight, yo. I think I've talked more tonight than fucking any other time. But no, I'm glad we could all talk about this stuff. I know not all of us agree on everything, and that's good. That's the point. We need to find some sort of consensus. I'm not all really about consensuses, but at least for the purpose of this show, we need to find some mental foundation of which to build upon. Yes? Because you can't build on a lie. You can't build anything on a lie. It's too here, there, everywhere. Build it on truth. The truth never moves. It's the fucking truth. And then you build the ideals. Then you build the opinions. You can't build from opinions. It doesn't make any sense. And it's self-destructive or destructive for others. Glitch, you were yes, and I'm glad you like the show. Thank you so much, and I hope next time. So we're streaming 3 days a week now. We normally only stream on Mondays and Thursdays. I've been trying to the past month stream on a third day for the weeks, and it seems the past 2 times we streamed on a third day is a Sunday, today, and this is the only time we've ever done CTO live. So expect this in the future, but this is not our normal streaming stuff. This is again an outlet for the real talk. We'll change the name of Conveying Obvious to Real Talk with Ronin Yeti or whoever the fuck I am today. But I appreciate you coming in, Alterator. Appreciate you coming in as well. Alcatraz for coming in. Nessie, V, Addy, Godzilla. I appreciate the Raiders. Fucking Beautiful Crow and Avant. I appreciate the new followers we got tonight. Made some good progress tonight. Hell yeah. All right, yes. And like I tell V, I can't stand not having closure with anything. So let's have some closure. What did we learn tonight? Thank you, Nessie. What did we learn from tonight's discussion? Don't surround yourself with validation. Okay. I kind of disagree, but I think I know where you're going. Let's see. Don't surround yourself with validation. Welcome all perspectives to find what could be. Every conversation is a new opportunity to change your mind. Okay, I do agree with all that. Now, again, I think as human beings, as a social creature, we do need validation, but we need validation in the healthy aspects of our lives. You don't want someone saying, it's fine, you shoot up heroin 20 times a day, or you're sitting in front of the computer 20 hours a day and you never fucking do anything. That should be the anti-validation. You want constructive, objective validation. You don't want someone kissing your ass all the time. I love my ass getting kissed, but at the same time, I don't want someone kissing. Like Nessie, she kisses my ass all the time. She's the love of my life. She's my star. But also, I don't want her kissing my ass all the time because I might be doing something wrong, and she's just placating me and making me worse. Can't do it. But thank you, Nessie. That was a beautiful way to close up the show. Yep, thank you so much, Glitch, for coming in. Jump in the Discord if you feel like it. If you don't, that is fine. We'll be here. Maybe down the line you'll feel like it. V the Bunny. Yes. So Alterator, I want some of the Midna and Rogue emotes for the Gaming Dojo, not just Discord, but we gotta unlock more fucking... We gotta have 50 subs to unlock 2 more slots. And that's a lot of subs. I don't expect that. I expect that later and later down the road, but Jesus. Viandra the topless bunny. I think I pissed off Viandra, and you know. If anyone gets pissed off at anything I say here, whether you're a friend or enemy of mine, I'm not trying to piss you off. It's either you completely disagree with me because you know I'm lying, of which if that's the case, you need to bring it up with me. I don't want to be lying. Or you know it's the truth and you don't like it. You don't like yourself for believing a lie. Let's end it with this too. What is anger? What is rage? Where does it come from? Usually people are angry or enraged when there's an injustice to their identity, to themselves, to the way of life, yes? I'm almost forgetting what I'm saying. I'm trying to... Hold on. What was I just saying? Someone tell me what I just said. Oh, did Glitch join? I can't hear anything in Discord. Well, thank you, Glitch, for joining. I can't see shit. No, I'm not. I can't hear it. There he is. All right, Glitchy, I'll make you into a Ronin. Let me give you a Ronin roll. There you go. Now, you won't be able to see every channel, Glitch, but you'll be able to see all the most channels. And you can become a Master Ronin down the road. Oh, yeah. I don't know. Just don't lie to you. Oh, rage. Let's end it with rage and depression. Just something to think about. We're going to do some sort of Jerry Springer outro or something that makes you think. Because, you know, he always had his little outro monologues. Bringing it back, baby. But think about it like this. I forgot again. Fuck! Let me read alt. Maybe alt will help me. And we shouldn't just completely push other people aside or away because of their opinion. Absolutely not. We must talk, befriend, and learn from each other. Sometimes that's how you help those who have extremist ideals that are unhealthy. Yes, now there are times for radicalism and extremism to be warranted, especially when change is afoot. It needs to be done. Because you can't do anything if... You can't get anything done in a corrupt society with placating or validations or whatever. You have to go hard. You know, you have to go extreme sometimes. You have to go radical sometimes. But if you're just living in the day-to-day and you have extremist ideals, yeah, they're usually unhealthy. Especially if you're not doing anything about it. And that's what I was going to say, rage. Rage is usually you're angry at the outside. You're angry at some external force. But depression is anger turned inward. And that's all I want to say. Anger is to the outside. Depression is to oneself. Thank you so much, one and all, for attending. It's the very first episode of CTO Live, a new podcast coming out of the Gaming Dojo, maybe once a week. Maybe every fucking Sunday will be like this, or every third day will be. I mean, we got everything built. But regardless, thank you so much for coming in. I hope you all learned something. Think about what I just said. See if it fits. You'll have a fabulous night. Whoop. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Go hard or get hard. That's right. Go hard or get hard. Thank you, Alterator. Yes, thank you. Yes, thank you, one and all. You have a fabulous night. Have a great rest of your Sunday. I will see you tomorrow for another random play day. We'll probably just do a random chill day since I put so much work into this show over the weekend. Might just play some random games. Might have you all choose the games I play off my gigantic epic games playlist. I have like 300 games I've never played. I don't know. We'll figure something out. But regardless, have a wonderful night. I will see you tomorrow. And yeah, I can't say the outro time. I can't say the thing. Peace and prosper, my lovely, 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 smart people. Thank you, Glitch, for coming in. Thank you, Nessie Alterator, and everyone else. Godzilla. Have a wonderful night. See ya. And Legend. Thank you, Legend.